You got Henry, you got Lamar. They're going to move that ball. So we'll see. We'll see. Gregory says you might need to fire someone. Yeah, got to fire the sound guy. Got to fire the sound guy. Shout out to you, Sassy. Good to see you. Good to see you. Quick shout out to Scott Collet for liking the stream on Facebook. I appreciate you. Shout out to the Facebook people holding it down. The crew on Facebook holding it down. You guys know how we do. As far as the likes, make sure you hit that like, hit that thumbs up. Let's try to get to 100 before kickoff. We're at 28 right now, so we need 72 more likes, 72 more thumbs up. Let's make it happen. Edgar says, who wins? You ain't watched the prediction video, did you? Yo, y'all be killing me. I dropped the prediction videos on Wednesday. Shout out to you, Lenny. You look tired? Man, it's been a long day. It's been a long day, but we good. We good. I'm good for 3 hours. And I'll keep you guys excited and entertained for 3 hours. We good. We good. Lisa says 45-10 Ravens. Okay. Shout out to you, Dante. What up, man? What's going on with you? So yeah. I think this would be one of these games where the Lions might just surprise at the end. So we'll see. We'll see. Shout out to you, Factory. This is 31-26 purple team. Okay. How about them Commanders? Tech? We got some things to talk about. I was actually in a conversation with a good friend of mine earlier about Joe Burrow. And you're like, well, Jay, I was just talking about the Commanders. Why are we talking about Joe Burrow? We're talking about Joe Burrow because of injuries, right? And talent getting injured, and obviously second people having to come in and step up. Marcus Mariota has the experience, and as a veteran quarterback can obviously come in and do what he does. We know that he's a very, very good backup. Browning is not a very good backup. And so for the Bengals, you have this situation where if Burrow's gone, just burn it all down. It's over. Just forget about the playoffs. It's done. And that's really unfortunate because it just seems like, the whole team gave up. But on the flip side, the Commanders, they're like, hey, all right, we got a good backup that we believe in. Let's ball out. Let's play. Let's make it happen. And so it just goes to show, as far as when you have a team that can actually rally behind who's ever in the driver's seat, opposed to, a team that says, oh my goodness, we lost the most important piece to our offense. It's over. We're done. And it's really sad. It's really sad. So there you go. Shout out to you, Zeke. What up? What's going on with you? Burrow loss has hurt the whole team. That's what I'm saying. It's sad. It's really sad that there's no one there that can step up and say, you know what, I'm gonna, grab the bull by the horns. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna try my hardest as a team. And, I just feel like they just completely gave up. It's sad. It's sad to see that you let a team like the Vikings come and do that. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Robert says, pray for my Bengals. Man, I think you need a lot more than that. But what do they say? What is faith without works? Isn't that what they say? Shout out to Dante says, man, Jay, special teams around the league yesterday was comical. And once again, do these teams and players practices during preseason or training camp? Ha ha. I'm just saying, it's week 3. We ain't see special teams until yesterday. And it just seems like everybody was ready to go. All right, we're gonna play some special teams this week. But there's a lot of injuries. A lot of things got shaken up, so, it is what it is. Shout out to you, Troll. What up, man? It says shot for every touchdown. No. I mean, you can. You could do whatever you want to do. We condone 21 and up, indulgence of beverages. But me personally, I'm not. I got to be able to go to sleep after the game, and I don't want to be feeling like crap. So Ryan says, someone told me today the Bills would miss the playoffs. I asked what he was smoking because I need some more of that. That's crazy. Shout out to you, Michelle. I see you. Good to see you. Rich Gang in the building. Um, Joe says, man, Jordan Davis showed up and showed out. Listen, when you can block a field goal and then you pick up the ball and you run it back in for a touchdown, that's not just a play, right? They did have the win, but you took it to the next level, right? You didn't just dive on the ball and that was it. You picked that ball up and you ran it all the way down the field at like 300 pounds. 300 pounds. Big man rumbling down the field to score. And that's something magical. That's something legendary. And shout out to him because that's something that you'll be able to, remember for as long as you're alive. So shout out to Jordan Davis for that. That was an amazing play. I think no matter if you were a fan of the Eagles or not, you had to appreciate that play just because it was special. It was special for sure. For sure. Yeah, 2 blocks is crazy. 2 significant blocks. Not a block and and then another block and a random. It was like 2 like significant blocks to change the whole trajectory of the game. So, Base player says, "Hey Jay, man, I clicked the notify me button and it did not do it. Really? Eh. Well, click it again. It's gonna work eventually." Listen, you know what they do is they basically push out content to obviously some of the notifications and then who's ever watching what specific content. So let's say you've been watching the Ravens clips, streams all week. They'll push out the stream to you. Or you've been watching the Lions games all week or Lions content. They'll push it out. Just like for the Bills or whatever 32 teams that we cover, they push it out. And then what happens is you'll start to see people come in that get the notifications within like 10 or 20 minutes. It's kind of weird how they do it. They took away how they used to do it. If you were subscribed, you automatically got the notification. Now it's based on what you watch and all that kind of stuff. And it's just crazy. So there you go. So Jay, I need you to air out CJ Stroud. What you want me to say about CJ Stroud? The man was on the podium pleading his heart out, saying how they got to come together and they got to play as a team and, they got to work on their bonding and, they got to sit in a circle and sing Kumbaya. And he's wearing a New York Yankees hat while he's down in Houston. A lot of people were sitting there like, well, what do you do? Well, you want to play baseball in New York or you want to go back and play football in LA? You're in Houston. What's going on? I mean, there's a lot that you could say about CJ Stroud right now. I think, the reality is this. He's in a slump right now, right? We know that he's talented. They got to figure some things out. It's just one of those situations, right? Let him work it out. Listen, Justin Herbert went through the same kind of situation. He was injured and had his problems and people didn't believe. And now look at him. Sometimes we got to take our time and just relax. He'll be all right. After singing Kumbaya. What's your favorite player? Oh, that's for Sassy. My bad. I'm getting on to business. Shout out to you, Eric. Let's go, bro. Says at the combine, he ran 1.68 and 10-yard with 4.98 at 40. Man, that's really good for a big man for sure. Jay, thoughts on taking shots for every touchdown? Need your input. Listen, I don't think you should be taking shots on a Monday night. I'm just saying. I don't know about you, but I got stuff to do. I got work and stuff to do in the morning. It's up to you. It's up to you. I am not going to be held responsible for what you do. You can't be coming back tomorrow on the J stream and be like, yo, Jay, you told me to take shots for the touchdown. No, I did not. So you do you. You're a grown individual. All right. Let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. Make sure you hit that like, hit that thumbs up as we prepare to get started here with these Lions and these Ravens. I'm trying to get my... We good? Are we good? There we go. We're good. All right, perfect. So here we go. The Ravens will be sending it to the Lions as we have kickoff. This will be taken here from the 10, hits that left side, cuts back to the middle. Breaking a tackle, spins out of it, and will get taken down here at the 34. And that's where the Lions will start 1st and 10 on a Monday night. Big game. Both teams are 1-1, so who wants it more? Who wants it more? Last week against the Bears, Goff had 334 yards, 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and 0 sacks. And that's more than what we can say about Dak Prescott, who had trouble yesterday with those Bears. Here we go. 1st and 10 as Goff under center. Gibbs in the backfield calls for motion. As this is going to be a handoff right side, pickup of about 2 yards. As the Lions get the run going, it's going to be 2nd and 8. 2nd and 8. D-Breeze, what up? What's going on with Jagger? Says no excuses. No excuses. Big C says I wear any hats if it matches my outfit except the Cowboys. I mean, I get it. Listen, I was just saying what the people were saying. I mean, if CJ Stroud wants to wear a New York Yankees hat, hey, that's more power to him, you know? So here we go. As Goff throws right side high, wide open. As this is going to be caught by Williams. Big pickup for 24 yards. 1st and 10 for your Lions. So it says, what do you think about Travis fighting with Andy again? Someone just actually asked me about that. I put up a post. It was funny about, Travis Kelce arguing with Andy. This is like 2 weeks ago before yesterday. And seems like a theme every Sunday or every game that, the Chiefs play now, he's all in Andy's face. Get in Patrick's face, as this is going to be a handoff to Gibbs here. He'll go down as this Ravens defense gets a stop, loss of about 3. Tell Travis to get in Patrick's face. Stay out of Andy's face, man. He's an old man. He's got chest problems. Stay out that man's face. Go talk to your quarterback. If you want to be mad at anybody, get in Patrick's face. He's the one that has to throw the ball. Just saying. So here we go. Goff back under center. Gibbs in the backfield. 2nd and 13. They go with the handoff. Left side back to Gibbs. He's going to pick up about 6, maybe 7 on that one. And this will be 3rd down. Says he doesn't have to get in Pat's face. I'm just saying, yeah, you gotta, you want to get in Andy face, go get in Patrick Mahomes face. Leave coach alone. If y'all having connection issues, if y'all having chemistry problems, go talk to Patrick about it. Because you get in Andy face ain't changing nothing. You need to be more productive, Travis. So here we go, 3rd and 6. 5 seconds on the play clock. Snap is off. Goff looking. Quick throw, low throw, and this will be caught. Another 19 yards to Williams. 1st and 10 Lions. Let's go. Shout out to Sassy in the building. Marks is still depressed about Bosa. I seen that earlier. I wanted to post about it, didn't have time, but that's sad. That's sad. The 49ers are having so many problems right now. Kittle out. Bosa out, obviously. It's just bad. But here we go. 1st and 10. Back to the run. Keeping it on the ground for the Lions as Gibbs breaking tackles. He'll pick up 3 yards. As this will lead to 2nd down again. Yeah, it's just sad. Quarterback out. Tight end out. Significant pieces for the 49ers. Shout out to Courtney. Says Lamar, Picasso, Jackson, choke artists in the big games. Wow. The talking is strong already. Here we go. 2nd and 8 for these Lions as Goff directing traffic. 5-man rush for the Ravens as Goff takes the snap. Looking, goes left as this is going to be caught by Gibbs for about 6 yards. 3rd and short. 3rd and short. Jeff Garza says touchdown to Laporta. Come on. We might see it. Shout out to Sass. I fell asleep and I woke up to a Chiefs win. Was like, darn it. Listen, I think everybody knew the Giants were going to get beat. I mean, you know, you could have be, be hopeful or wish for it, but we knew. We knew that they was going to lose. So here we go, 3rd and 3. 5 seconds on the play clock as William motions. Goff looking, pressure, short throw, tried to check it down to Gibbs. That's going to be incomplete. And this will lead to a 4th and 3, and we'll see what Gamble decides to do here. It's always a question what he's going to do. I mean, are you going to take the field goal? Are you going to go for it? Which one is it? He goes for it 46% of the time. Highest rate in the NFL. And they are. They're going to go for it. Here we go. 4th and 3 as Goff changing the play up here. 10 seconds on the play clock. We're down to 10 minutes and 30 seconds in this first quarter as the Ravens bring the blitz. Quick throw right side. That's going to be caught, and that is a 1st and goal. Amon-Ra St. Brown on the catch for 7 yards, and that is why Gamble can do it. He knows that he has reliable people on that field that he can design a play for to pick up a 1st down, and St. Brown is one of them. 1st and goal Lions. Rolling the dice. Rolling the dice. Let's go. Shout out to Eric, says go Lions. I see you, bro. 1st and goal at the 5 for these Lions here as Laporta motions. Hand off to Gibbs, right up the middle, fighting, and he may be just short as he gets stopped. It's going to be at the 2, it looks like, 2nd and goal. As far as the votes go, what are we at? We've got 124 votes, 51% for the Ravens. It is tight out of 125 votes. Here we go. 2nd and goal. They go back to the run to Gibbs, right up the middle, and he'll punch it in for a Lions touchdown. And there it is. Lions strike first. 2-yard run from Gibbs. And that's how we will start this game with the Lions score. Pinning the extra point, 7-0. Let's go. Seminoles, what up? What's up, Jay? Watching your streams of my new 17 Pro. Oh, you got the 17 Pro? Okay. You got the Pro or the Pro Max. I heard that new camera is, if you're doing video, is real nice. I'm on the 16 Pro Max. I don't got to update. I'm probably gonna update next year. The 7th or the 16 is still doing wonders for me. So I'll probably wait till next year. So, but there it is. Lions will strike first. 7-0. Quick timeout commercial break. As far as the likes go, we're currently at 69, y'all. We need 31 more likes, 31 more thumbs up to get to 100. If you have not, make sure you hit that like, hit that thumbs up button. I do appreciate the love and support. We need 31 more likes to get to 100. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe, click that bell, turn on your notifications, that way you don't miss a stream. Shout out to you guys for rocking with us on a Monday night. Quick timeout commercial break.
I'm floating on the dance floor tonight. Yeah. The feeling in my system feels right. 'Cause I came here to
Shout out to you, Michelle. Because I can't tell, I didn't watch the prediction video. I voted with my purple heart. Dang it. You really are right more than wrong. Go, Jay. Let's go. How are the pitters on both phones, Jay? Well, let me do this. Let me turn this down so we can talk about this real quick. I did the comparison. I think it's about the same. Shout out to you, Rodney. I think it's about the same. I don't think it's too much of a difference. Obviously, they always do this thing with the camera where they make it a little better, right? They do these the megapixels. They make it better. They do a little bit of the video gets a little better. So yeah, right. It's a little better. But do you need to rush out and spend another $1,000? And this is from someone who would normally get, the new phone every year. And it's like the last couple years, I've been just like chilling out, and it's like these incremental updates, just not worth the money. I think I'm gonna start going back to like a 2 year update. 2 year update. So yeah, there you go. Since I was watching the Broncos Chargers game on Perna's channel and his song was Straight Fire. Okay, okay. Always good to have a good song for sure. Uh, Shout out to you, Purple. I mean, listen, they're out there. They're out there. So we definitely have the best community. That's for sure. That's for sure. So here we go. Here we go. We're at 86 likes. We need 14 more to get to that 100 as the Lions will kick it back to the Ravens. And this will be a touchback. They'll take it at the 35, first and 10. First and 10. Shout out to you, Edgar. Said the Lions are going home without a victory. Well, got a game on our hands for sure with the Lions starting off strong. So we'll have to see what these Ravens can do now as my cat always comes bothering me now. I don't know what it is. They're like, yo, I see you streaming, but I need love too. I need love too. Here we go. First and 10 as Jackson under center, Henry in the backfield. As they go with a play fake, Lamar throws right side. That's going to be caught high by Andrews. Big pickup, getting the tight end involved. That's 19 yards for Andrews on a nice catch. First and 10 for the Ravens now. Shout out to Ward. Says, I'm 55 and I don't need more than a flip phone, but the family upgraded me. Yeah, you know how that goes. You got to have your social medias and a good camera and all that stuff. Shout out to Philip. Says, you need a dog, Jay? Yeah, I've had dogs. Here we go. First and 10. Lions jump. We'll see if this is a false start or an offsides, as I think they are going to catch the Lions here, and this will lead to first and 5. All right, you got to get down because you be pushing stuff. I already had mute on the audio, and I don't know how it happened. Shout out to Courtney. Says, yeah, they're just doing that to make money. That's not that many features you can put on the phone in that short of time. That's what I'm saying. Every year it's kind of crazy. You just can't do it. Can't do it. So here we go. First and 5 as Andrews motions. 10 seconds on the play clock as Lamar back under center in the I form. Handoff. Henry right side breaks through, still going. He'll get about 6 yards on the carry. That's a first and 10 for the Ravens. We're now down to 8 minutes in this first quarter. Says dogs are the kings of everything. Yeah, I love dogs. Cats, dogs. I love both. Unfortunately, we had dogs, and those dogs passed away, and so see, gotta go. Lamar with the 12-yard run. As says, come on, Ravens, I want a good game. And here we go, first and 10. As Lamar back in the shotgun, takes a snap, pressure, throws left side back to Andrews again, and he'll pick up roughly 7 yards in the play, second down. Yeah, he pressed. Like I said, I didn't know how it happened earlier, but now I know how, because got the big cat over here pressing buttons by walking over everything. Second and 2. Let's go. Here we go. Second and 2. Down to 6 minutes and 20 seconds here in this first quarter. The Lions showing a blitz. Handoff to Henry, right side, trying to fight through. He gets stopped, as this will be no gain. It's going to stay 3rd down and 2. Jay starts talking about his dogs. Cat mutes the stream. Diabolical. That is exactly what happened. That is exactly what happened. Andrew's first game, 1.4 fantasy points. Yeah, man. Yeah, cats are very smart. Very smart. In fact, he's looking at me right now like he knows I'm talking about him. That's how smart they are. They go back to the handoff to Henry. Nice cut, still going left side, run in for the touchdown. And there it is. There it is as Henry runs in for the touchdown. There's also a flag down on the field. It will be declined. That's going to be in the defense. And right there, ladies and gentlemen, we'll tie it up as Henry in for the touchdown. 7 apiece. 7 apiece. Says the Ravens are like 24-2 against the NFC. Henry. Yeah, nice cut. I mean, right up the middle, hits that left side. Nobody's there. Nice block by Andrews. What a hole to run through. And just making it look easy. Making it look easy. Derrick Henry for the touchdown. Extra point is up, and it is good. We got a tie ball game, 7-7. There it is. There it is. Let's go. It's his first game, second game, 1.5, third game, 2.9. He's increasing production, right? If you just keep him in your fantasy, you'll get an extra point out of him each week, right? 1, 2, 3. Next week, you'll get 4. Let's go. Shout out to Mark Griffin. Glad to see you too, bro. Glad to see you. Glad to see you. All right. I got to check my fantasy, y'all, because we was down by 5. We were down by 5. We needed 4. Actually, we needed 4.5. And so now we're down a 1.5 now. 1.5. So there we go. There we go. Had Lamar and Montgomery. Montgomery ain't in, though. They're working with Gibbs right now, but I'm sure Montgomery will show up. All right, so word says so I thought it was a kid biting you yesterday. It was the cat. It's like, what? Why would my kids be biting me? Definitely, hold on. Let me show you. Come here. You want to bite me and stuff. Come here. Big boy. Look at this. Big boy. Yeah, try to hold him up for you. Look at this. It's a big cat, yo. There it is. Ah! Yeah. Stab me in the chest. So there you go. Yeah. He's the one that's always wants to be co-star of the show. So there it is. All right. Shout out to you guys for getting us to that 101 likes. Yo, you really stabbed me in my stomach. Dang, that hurt. As far as the votes go, we're currently at 167, and the Lions now have taken the lead at 51%. So we're flip-flopping. It was the Ravens at 125, and now at 167, it's the Lions up. All right. Shout out to you, Yolanda. Liking the stream on Facebook. I appreciate you. Shout out to the Facebook crew holding it down. As we got a tie ball game, y'all. So, the Lions will get it back momentarily, and we'll see what Goff and company can do now. Here we go. Says, I got 5 cats and a dog. One of the cats is a tuxedo, too. Yeah, he's got the white stomach, white mustache. So here we go. Back to the Lions here. Left side cuts up. And we'll get to the 34. It's going to be 1st and 10 as the Lions step out on the field. Says, correction, excuse me. In the last 5 years, the Ravens are 20-4 against the NFC. Yeah, I mean, listen. When you have Lamar, you've got a dual threat quarterback. When you got Henry, you've got a hell of a running back. So I think at the end of the day, uh, this team has been solid for years. As quick throw left side to the flat, this is caught. No, it's dropped. As this will lead to an incomplete. No, they're going to say it's a loss because he threw it behind him. So Gibbs will pick it up, runs it out of bounds. It's a loss of 9 yards. That's going to be 2nd and 19. Wow. So did he throw it behind him? Why? This has been like such a theme lately. We seen it last night out of Patrick, and a lot of these guys have been throwing the ball behind them, but I don't think he did that time. But they'll call it 2nd and 19. Quick shout out to Arctic Container for subscribing. Thanks a lot. Welcome to the channel. As they go back to the run here, Gibbs bounces off of his lineman backwards and will not get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll still be 3rd and long. 3rd and long. Shout out to you, Reginald. What up, man? What's going on with you? Yeah, I just don't get why this has been a thing lately. They've been throwing behind them, and it's been costing them yards. So now 3rd and long. We're down to 4 minutes and 30 seconds in this first quarter. 10 seconds on the play clock. Goff directing traffic. 4 wideouts. As the Ravens show a blitz, they bring 5. Pressure. Quick throw to Gibbs on the right side. Makes some space. And he'll pick up about 10. But it'll still be a 3 and out. Lions will punt away. Jeffrey, what up, man? Philippines in the building. Let's go. This is Typhoon exiting with a lot of rain. Go Bills Mafia, go Lions. Man, I always hear about the typhoons there and all that kind of stuff. So I hope you guys are, okay. Is that like a regular occurrence though? Like the typhoons? Let me know. I hear a lot about them in the Philippines. So here we go. 4th and 11. The Lions will punt it back to the Ravens with 3 minutes and some change left on the clock. Kick is off. Good kick. Sends it back to the 15. Taken from the 15 there. Gets all the way back to about the 26, as it will be 1st and 10 for the Ravens. Will take over. Says, I see one great thing about the Giants, and if they use him like last night, Giants will have a great game breaker, and his name is Scadaboo. Yeah, I like Scadaboo. I think he's different. He's got, he's not a big back, but you can definitely tell he's strong. He's shifty, fast. When he gets going on that second level, he's going. A lot of people were trying to compare him to Mike Allstott. And I'm like, Mike Allstott was huge. You can't compare him to Mike Allstott. In fact, I would, if I was to compare him with anybody, it may be, a great value Marshawn Lynch in a sense, if I was to compare him with anybody. Because, I think he's just built more so like a Marshawn Lynch was. So, they have been solid for years, which there is no excuse that they only have been to one AFC Championship game out of Lamar Jackson's 8-year career. I'm just saying. I agree. One of the biggest problems is Lamar closing things out in significant moments. And it's almost like this written thing now, right? If they get to playoffs or if they get to the championship, a lot of people are banking on the fact that, Lamar is not going to be able to get past it because he makes mistakes and has so many issues in those big games. So we'll have to see how this year goes. We'll have to see. So I'm up 113, 18 to 76 in fantasy, and I have Lamar Jackson, and they have Tyler Loop, the Ravens kicker. You think there is a way I can lose? No, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Says, hey, Jay, good to see you. Go Ravens. And how about those Seahawks? Shout out to you, Gary. Yeah, listen, I'm liking what I'm seeing so far up until week 3. I feel like this week was really crazy. Some of the teams, the matchups were really hard to predict because it could go either way. Some games were lopsided. I don't think anybody expected that Vikings game. So, this week was really crazy. Really crazy. All right, so 3:16 on the clock as the Ravens have it at their 26, 1st and 10, taking over after they received the punt. And here we go with Lamar and company. As Ravens in the I form, the Lions showing a 5-man rush. Flowers motions. Play action. Jackson looking in trouble. Throws short. Send it back to Kolar. I thought that was Andrews for a second. Send it to Kolar. Pick up about 8 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2. Phillip Rivers effect. Yo, that's crazy. What did you think about the Chargers and Broncos game? I'll tell you this. I really like that Chargers offense right now. Defense, right? They're there. They're making some headway. But Justin Herbert is playing at a different level right now, and you can tell he wants it this year. And I was saying it earlier how I could definitely see the Chargers making it to making it past the wild card this season if they can keep up the good work. But we got a long season to go. As it's 3rd and 3 as Jackson changing the play here. The Lions showing the blitz. 5 seconds on the play clock. We have motion. Flowers on the right side. Takes a snap, quick throw, left side, and nobody's over there. I think a little miscommunication there as far as on the offense, and this will lead to a 4th and 3 and a punt back to the Lions. So there you go. I have to pull for Detroit, kind of like the Chicago Cubs, then until the year after a championship, go underdogs. So like I said, I did expect this to be a defensive battle. I didn't expect, the 2 scores that we have on the board so early. But now we've had, 2 punts, and it's going to be back to the Lions here. Good kick all the way back to the 2. But there is a flag down as well as the Lions will go down at the 7. But we'll see what the flag is about. Tyrone says, go for it. They don't got that Dan Campbell dog in them. Harbaugh ain't got that dog in them. You got to have that dog in you to go for it on the 4th and 3 on your side on the field. So it looks like that's going to be a penalty on Detroit. Offensive holding. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the Lions 4. So the Ravens got them backed up. We'll see what the defense can do when we come back from the commercial break. Quick commercial break. As far as the legs, we're currently at 120. Next goal is 150. So we just need 30 of you to hit that like, hit that thumbs up so we can get to that 150 goal. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe, click that bell, turn on your notifications so you don't miss a stream. We need 30 more thumbs up to get to that 150. Shout out to you guys. Says Jay, next Bills game, do they present the Liberace outfit? I'm assuming you're talking about the rivalry jerseys. Those will be for the Patriots game. I thought the Chargers were going to beat the Chiefs and lose to the Bills in the AFC last year. Yeah, that was I think that that was a good prediction to have. Unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. I think Justin Herbert got there and he wasn't ready. To be honest, I think that's the reality of it. Sam says, I heard Holmes won a game final. It's like, now it's the Giants. All right, we're gonna give the Chiefs credit, but we are also going to say it was the Giants. We're in a timeout commercial break. As Jeff says, thanks for doing the game, Jay. I refuse to pay to stream Monday Night Football. That's why we here, man. I got y'all. It's all good. Text 113 says the Giants need that kid who kicks for the Cowboys. Aubrey. Yeah, they said Gano was hurt, and I seen him kick last night. I was like, what's going on? Shout out to Christopher coming through with the $2 super chat. Showing the love, showing the appreciation. I appreciate you, Christopher, coming through with the $2 donation. Let's go. Says, do you see a lot of A1 garbage on new additions such as Donald from the Rams? Yeah, I mean, listen, it's very easy to overlook how much the game has turned into being about the money, right? So, certain people want to come out of retirement, or certain people, still got skill and talent left and they're, towards the end of their career. It's money out there. It's money out there for them, and you'll see it, as these years go by. So I respect it in a sense. It is what it is. As it's going to be 4 yards in the run here, 2nd and 6 as Montgomery tries to get it going. Here we go. We're down to a minute here in the first quarter, 15 seconds on the play clock as the Ravens bring the blitz handoff, and this will be a loss now on Montgomery for 2 yards, but there is a flag down on the field. So we'll see what this one is about, and they're going to call illegal formation on the Lions. Flags. It's Flag City now. And this will be declined. It'll be 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7. Says this is the Las Vegas owned NFL. In fact, the leverage rule was specifically inquired for field goal endings, just like the Colts Broncos game. Said Vegas picked up the phone. It's like, hey, listen, we need more field goal deciding games. So send in the unit and make sure they're blocked. 3rd and 7. Yeah, there's a lot of busted parlays yesterday for sure, especially with that Rams game. But here we go. 3rd and 7, 46 seconds on the clock in this first quarter as Goff back in the shotgun, takes a snap, pressure, throws down the middle. This will be caught. Big play by the tight end, Laporta. 1st and 10 for your Lions. Shout out to you, Trent. What up, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. Edgar said, run? You want him to run them 7 yards down in bad territory? It's like, he'll get it. Give it to Montgomery. He'll get them 7 yards from the 2. Here we go. 1st and 10 as Goff under center, Montgomery in the backfield as he changes up the play here. Nope. It's going to take it on to the end of the first quarter. So that is your score, 7-7. We're tied up into the first quarter. Quick timeout commercial break. So, Jay, did you see that high school kid kick a 64-yard field goal? I did not. I'll have to check that out. High school kid kicking a 64-yarder? Get that kid a contract. Send him to New York. High school kid, 64-yard field goal. Let's see. What school is it? Jack Drygas of Legacy Christian Academy. All right, let's see. Let's look at this real quick. Let's see what he did. Why is it taking forever? All right, here we go. Oh, he's at what? He's at the 45. Dang. Okay. It looks like he kicked it way over the the post too. It's like way over it. Okay. Boy's got a leg. All right. It's another one we'll probably have to keep our eye on, see where he ends up. Says, I'm mad at the Broncos yesterday. It was the worst thing I've ever seen. The Chargers won last second. Listen, there was a lot of last second craziness going on yesterday, so don't be mad at the Broncos. It was some week 3 nonsense, a lot of debauchery going on. So don't be mad at your Broncos yet. It's just week 3. They got caught up in the shuffle. They got caught up in the shuffle. All right, y'all. We're at 131 likes, still trying to get to that 150. We need 19 more. 19 more likes, 19 more thumbs up to get to that 150. Says, I wanted to throw something seriously. Man. See, I refuse to get that mad anymore. I used to. Like 10, 15 years ago, I used to get that mad. I can't do it no more. I try to keep my blood pressure at a nice, even level. Like, even when I'm excited, it's like I don't get too excited, but I get excited, because I just want to keep it like right there. I can't be throwing stuff around the house. I got expensive stuff. It's like, we just throw this $700 mixer. Like, what? But no, I get it. You just gotta work on your calmness sometimes. Here we go. 1st and 10 for these Lions as Goff under center. Calls for motion, play action, looking. Check down, right to the middle. That's going to be caught. Left side, breaking tackles, still going with the stiff arm, putting that shoulder down and everything. That's going to be Montgomery for 13 yards. 1st and 10 Lions. Says, I'm in my 20s, so I get mad at everything. Listen, and I'll tell you this right now. And you could take it as advice, or you could not take it. If you could master your emotions, you'll have control of your world. As it's 1st and 10, Goff in trouble, gets out of it. On the run, he'll slide after picking up 6 yards. 2nd down. If you can master your emotions at 20, you'll be able to rule your world. Not rule the world, but you'll rule your world. Take that to the bank. So here we go. 2nd and 5 as we're down to 13 minutes and 50 seconds here in the 2nd quarter. Lions in an I form. Gibbs in the backfield. Little toss. Left side. Does not get a good block. I thought he would. Ravens defense fought right through that. They snuffed it right out, as that's a loss of about 3, maybe 4. It's going to be 3rd down. 3rd down. Says if you're 20, you should be mad at everything. Nah, you got your whole life ahead of you at 20. Why should you be mad at everything? Right? You should be experiencing life, experiencing stuff. There's so much that you've got to be mad about when you get older. That's for sure. So enjoy your 20s. Here we go. 3rd and 8. As Goff takes a snap, pressure, looking, throws right side. That's going to be an open Laporta. Big pickup for another Lions 1st down as they get to the 44. 44. Next week, Monday, yeah. Without a doubt, bro. Without a doubt. Shout out to Michelle. Says I gave up getting mad for New Year's. Too much stress. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Right? It's just, it takes too much work to be mad. It just does. It takes too much. As we have 10 seconds on the play clock here, Goff under center. Montgomery in the backfield now as they go with the handoff. Right side gets stopped. And he will go nowhere. It looks like loss of a yard. 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Christopher says, agree with Jay. All fun and games until it starts. Yeah, I mean, listen, talking from experience, right? You start looking at a lot of the stuff that you're mad about, in your late teens and 20s and even early 30s, and you realize how a lot of that stuff didn't matter. So now toss to the left side from Montgomery, still going, making a move, as he'll pick up about 9. This will lead to 3rd and 1. So Montgomery getting busy on the ground now. Says, I think the Lions are just trying to put the Ravens in a situation where they have to play catch up. So they can't really run the ball as much. Yeah, I mean, we talked about this last season as far as, different teams being able to take advantage of time of possession by using the run. The Ravens and the Lions are two of those teams. As they go back to Gibbs here on the run, he fights for a yard and looks like they'll give him forward progress. It'll be first down. But these are two teams that they'll fight you on the ground and they'll eat up that clock. And so this is going to be a chess match, right? Who's playing chess and who's playing checkers? That's the question tonight, because both teams will eat up that clock, have a lot of time possession, and that's normally who wins the game, who has the ball the most. As it's going to be 1st and 10 after the run by Gibbs at the 48 here. So here we go. Goff takes a snap, looking, rolls right. That is going to be caught by Gibbs, and a flag is thrown. He picks up about 9, but there's a flag on the ground, and this will be on, what was that, Baltimore? Wow, so they call Baltimore on that one. It looks like they'll call interference, but this will be declined. And I'm trying to see here. Okay, so yeah, that was off the play, as it looks like some hands to the face action by Hamilton. So 2nd and 1. So the Lions game plan looks solid. If it works, they could win this game. Man, it's early. It's early. Here we go. It's like already calling the Lions for the dub as they go to the right side. Montgomery on the run, making it look easy, fighting through traffic. He picks up about 6 yards. Another first down for the Lions. So, yeah, like I said, if you keep it on the ground, you keep that clock rolling. You keep control of the ball. And you got Gibbs, you got Montgomery, two of the best backs in the league. At this point, how are you going to stop the run? I think that's what the Ravens are going to have to figure out, and figure it out fast, because this has been an excellent drive for the most part by these Lions. And here we go. 12 seconds on the play clock as Goff calls for a Laporta motion. Back under center. They go to the run once again. Nice little cut for Montgomery. Another big run. He picks up 11 yards. And that is another Lions first down. This is, I'm hoping for the Broncos next week, so not the Bengals. Well, I mean, you got an opportunity. For sure. Garza says throw it to Laporta. I mean, they're going with the run game right now, so we might see a little throw to the end zone maybe. At some point, you got to switch it up. So I think if anything, they get to that red zone, that's when they might start throwing that ball, switch up the game plan. But Lions back in the I form here. Goes back to the run with Gibbs now, hits that left side as he'll get brought down after picking up 2 yards. It's now 2nd down. Says the Lions are trying to take away the element of controlling the clock on the ground away from the Ravens and Derrick Henry. If you can force a team to play catch up, it's hard to run instead of to throw. I agree. Yeah, Burrow's hurt. So, I think the Broncos will be fine. So here we go. Second and 9. 10 seconds on the play clock. Goff back under center. They go with the run once again as Gibbs right up the middle. This Ravens defense has had no answer on this drive. 9 yards in the carry for Gibbs. It's now 3rd and 1. And all they've been doing is just swapping out Gibbs with Montgomery this whole drive. I think they passed it maybe once. After that, it's just been run. Gibbs, Montgomery. And they're swapping them out. Let them take a break, go back to the sideline. This is a hell of a game plan right now with the run. But here we go, 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1. As we're down to 6 seconds on the play clock. Goff changing the play here. Laporta out on that right side, and Goff's just going to keep it on the sneak. And he will pick up the yard, 1st and goal. So there it is. Says, getting ahead and making the other team one-dimensional is what every team wants to do. I agree. Is it literally impossible for the Lions to lose this game? That's the tech slogan. It's literally impossible for the Lions to lose this game. So here we go. First and goal. 10 seconds on the play clock. We're down to 6:45 on the game clock as this is going to be a quick throw to Gibbs. Did he punch it in for the touchdown? No, he's short, but he will pick up about 9 yards. It's going to be second and goal at about the 1. And I did say Golf was going to get down here and start throwing it. I did say that. See? I got to put in my application. See, I got to put in my application, y'all. Jay got to go be offensive coordinator for one of these colleges or something. So second and goal at the 1. We're down to 10 seconds on the play clock. 6 minutes left in this second quarter as Goff calls for a Laporta motion. They go back to the run, and this will be, I think it's short. I don't think it's there. I think it's short. I got a ref saying touchdown. I got one saying it's short. I think he may be short. No, they're going to call it touchdown, ladies and gentlemen. And they're going to say Montgomery got it. Did he? I don't think he got it. Oh, the ball did get across. It crossed. And that is a touchdown for the Lions. Montgomery, ladies and gentlemen. So there it is. There it is. Are the Chargers a team to beat now after 3 weeks? Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, they're one of the teams to beat. I mean, I think any of the teams that are 3-0 right now are the teams to beat, right? There's a lot of hype and stock in Daniel Jones right now. I just want you to imagine a scenario where Daniel Jones gets to the playoffs. What kind of conversation are we having about the Colts then? And even further, what kind of conversation are we having about Anthony Richards? The rabbit hole goes deep on that one. So Montgomery runs in for the touchdown, and it looks like the extra point here is up. It is good. Score is now 14-7. Lions have the lead with 5 minutes and 55 seconds left in the second quarter. Quick timeout commercial break. There you go. 98-yard drive. They started at the 2. It was like one pass play from that point on, and then they just ran it. Every play was a run. Crazy. Speaking of Montgomery, fantasy, we're up 105-36 to 94.46, and we have taken the win, y'all. We have taken the win as they have nobody playing tonight. So there it is. 3-0 in fantasy. Round of applause for Jay. Round of applause for Jay. We 3-0 in fantasy, y'all. We starting off strong this year. So there you go. Jones no make. I'm just saying, what if them Colts do something strange? Kicker is that's because the coach from Minnesota coached Daniel Jones before he went there. Okay. So the Ravens have to make them respect the passing game because they are trying to force Lamar to pass. So Lamar is supposed to be able to pass. We know that he can pass. So the question is, did they game plan for the pass? Because that's an issue if they didn't game plan for that, right? If the run was going to be a problem, which it really hasn't been, right? Henry did get a touchdown. But if they start stopping the run, well, then Lamar's going to have to go to that play action and start moving that ball in the pass. Giants let Saquon and Jones walk. Wow. Listen, when Saquon left, some of you may remember the interview he was doing about him leaving and going to the Eagles. He said in his interview that basically Jones should have got out of there too, or should get out of there. He didn't say his name, but the way he said it I have to go find it. But he basically hinted to people that they need to get out of there. And it's just wild to see, how Jones is flourishing now at this point by getting out of that environment. It's kind of crazy. So, all right, y'all. Touchdown by Montgomery, scores 14-7. 5:55 left on the clock here in the second quarter, and these Lions will send it to the Ravens as they kick it back off. Taken here from the 6. Hits that left side, cuts back in through the middle, still going. Has one more, and he finally gets brought down by the kicker of all people. The Ravens will start at the 50. What a run back. What a run back. Says all NFL players look good enough in college to get drafted so they can look good in certain systems. I agree. We see it from time to time, right? Some, teams and systems just don't work out. 1 minute you're thinking that someone's absolutely terrible and they're trash, and, they move on somewhere else, and it's like, oh, this is what they can do. And Daniel Jones is at that point so far. Here we go. Handoff. On the run here, left side. This is going to be about 5 yards in the carry, second down. So here's a crazy thought. What if Joe Brady takes a head coach job next year and the Bills bring back Dable as offensive coordinator? As we know, his days with the Giants are numbered. It's funny. I was just talking about this earlier. Everybody got the same kind of mindset when it comes to certain people. It's kind of funny. I had this conversation earlier. It's funny you're mentioning that now. It's something that would make sense, I think. As Lamar is going to keep it here on the run, and he gets slammed down. No gain. This will be 3rd and 6. Yeah, I don't think Dable's going to work out with the Giants. I think they'll eventually move on. But, you've got Dart. Now, is Dart going to be the man for the Giants? We don't know. We just don't know. And unfortunately for the Giants, it almost seems like they're in that Browns territory when it comes to quarterbacks. So we'll have to see. But yeah, as far as Dable, I think eventually we have to move on. Lamar in trouble, rolls out, left side, throws high. This will be caught, and what a catch it is, ladies and gentlemen. Bateman picking up 11 yards. 1st and 10 for the Ravens as we're down to 4 minutes and 18 seconds in this second quarter. Legend, what up, yo? Good to see you. Says it's sad to see Malik Neighbors going to waste. That was terrible. I think he was targeted, 4 or 5 times, but it was just nothing there. Nothing there. So here we go, 1st and 10 for the Ravens. We're down to 5 seconds on the play clock as Lamar, play action, takes a snap, steps up, throws high, going for it, and this will be caught. What a huge throw all the way down the field, 34 yards to Walker. And it's going to be 1st and goal now for these Ravens. They called for a close game. It's looking like this is what we're getting. Shout out to Ernie Brown coming through with the $5 super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the $5 donation. Says nothing. I'm sorry. I ain't got my glasses on. I got to come in closer. Says, I like Ain't You, Jay, is that you don't push gambling sites on your listeners. Yeah, we'll talk about that at the next break. I do appreciate you for the $5 donation. But there's a specific reason why I don't do that. And we'll talk about it shortly. Because I had an opportunity of making some significant money, and I actually turned it down. And I'll tell you why shortly. Here we go. 2nd and goal. As this is going to be a handoff to Henry up the middle, and I don't think he got it. I think he's short. It's going to be 3rd and goal at the 1. As Henry was not able to fight through this time. It's going to be 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal. Says AJ, them Eagles looking good. I like it. I like it. Just when you thought the Rams was going to put them down, the Eagles soared to new heights. Getting a little poetic on you. Yeah, no, they look good. I like it. You know, there's still some controversy around that tush push and the false starts and stuff and things not being called, but we gonna give them some grace and we gonna give credit where credit is due. They look good. They look good. We're in a quick timeout, 2 minute warning. So back to Ernie. So 3 years ago, right? We're in our 5th year. 3 years ago, I would stream and I would obviously bet on the games. Now, personally for me, right, my betting record was good. I always won more than what I lost because I understand the game and the stats, and we do this every Monday, Thursday, Sunday, and I really analyze things. And so it was only right that I would bet on the games or certain games that I thought, I had a little bit of a competitive edge on that made sense, right? Whether it was parlays or whatever. And so then one day, and it goes back to Trent saying, he's in his 20s and he's mad all the time. I said, I don't want to stream and have a bet and then I get mad while I'm supposed to be entertaining the people and I get mad because my bet's not working out or my parlay's not working out. And I'm sitting there frustrated and aggravated and I got to call or commentate on the game for 3.5 hours and I got to be fake excited, but I'm really mad internally. I didn't want to do that. And so then, I stopped and it made me realize that, I didn't want to promote as far as the FanDuel and the DraftKings and all that. So yeah, to further get into that story, I was working on a deal with BetUSA and FanDuel at the time. And it was good money. It was lucrative money. And that story about how, sports betting and all that kind of stuff was becoming an epidemic that came out. And I chose not to. And some of you may remember, I started to do um I started to do these ads for a specific company and they paid me for like 2 streams and I did it. Um but after that I didn't do it. I didn't take the deal. So there you go. And at 3 years later, we've been sportsbook free. I still do predictions, right? Because people want it. But yeah, we're sportsbook free. So there you go. And I stand on it. Hand off to Henry here, right side. He gets stopped once again. Goal line stance. 4th and goal. And Lamar looks upset. So we'll see what they do here. They're at the 2 on a 4th and goal. What are you going to do, Harbaugh? Are you going to kick a field goal? Dan Gamble wouldn't. We're playing chess, y'all. We're playing chess. So here we go. They're going to go for it. Fakes. No, he gets taken down, then loses the ball. Oh, my goodness. He lands on it. Regardless, his turnover on downs. But it's going to be 1st and 10 at the Lions 21. That was a bad play. I would have rather you threw that ball and it gets picked off than you almost get sacked. Or you actually get sacked because that's a fumble and then you land on it. Just get rid of that ball. If it's not there, you make it a 50-50 opportunity, but don't take the sack. Anything but that. So there it is, 14-7. Not good. Not good. Shout out to G Black, without a doubt, man. Without a doubt. Says my Super Bowl prediction, Eagles 31, 24 Bills. Okay, I see you. I'm not mad at it. Sean says I would love to see Bills versus Eagles in the Super Bowl. In Super Bowl 60, the Eagles are the only NFC East team the Bills never went head to head with in a Super Bowl. That's true. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. Christopher says, good for you. Better to just be a fan of the game. Keep it real. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Courtney says, pump the brakes on Daniel Jones. In my Danny Green voice, he is who we thought he was. He has been in the league for quite a while now. I would say at least 6 years. Yeah, but we don't write off people just because they've been in the league for that amount of time and then they moved on and became good or better, right? We give them an opportunity to show themselves. And if you put in the work and now you're in an upward trajectory, we give you some respect, right? Now, that's not to say that you about to go and win the Super Bowl, but we're going to show you some grace for turning things around, right? We're going to see how it goes. And, we're going to pay you a little bit more attention than what we normally would have. I actually was sitting on some Daniel Jones rookie cards years ago. The nice ones. I had the auto with the number joint, the rated rookies. Sold all of them. I'm thinking back to it now, like, dang, maybe I should have held on to a couple. That's how it works. I sold all them Daniel Jones rookies because I was like, yeah, this ain't it. But now I'm sure they worth a little money. Quick shout out to Perry coming through with the $20 super chat, showing the love. I appreciate you. Thank you for the $20 donation. Much love. So here we go. 1st and 10 for these Lions as Goff in the shotgun takes a snap, pressure, looking, rolls out, left side, throws short. This is going to be incomplete. Try to get it to Gibbs. There's also a flag down on the field, and they're going to call Baltimore for illegal contact. This will be 1st and 10 now at the Lions 25. Man. Between the flags and between the not executing near the goal line, this is really starting to look a little interesting for the Ravens as we're down to a minute in this second quarter. This game is flying by due to the Lions being able to run this ball and keep the clock rolling. As St. Brown motions, Goff takes the snap, looking, steps up in traffic, gets out of it, and throws it away once again. 2nd and 10. Shout out to Ethan. What up, yo? Says, good evening, Jay. How are you? I'm fine. I'm enjoying this here Victory Monday. Since my Steelers had won, I haven't purchased some Wendy's just to enjoy this relaxing live stream. Let's go. Wendy's for the win. Some people don't like Wendy's. But I like the spicy chicken sandwich, right? That's one of my favorites. Junior bacon cheeseburger, one of my favorites. A lot of people love the Baconator. I never loved the Baconator. It's too much bacon. Give me a single with some bacon. That's just enough. I don't need all that bacon. As it's going to be pressure here on Goff. He goes down after trying to get rid of it. And this will be incomplete. Maybe not. Was that a fumble? Because it was just ran in for a touchdown. We got to see here what they call this. As I think this is going to be incomplete. We'll see what they call it. As the refs will discuss. So he takes the snap. He gets hit almost immediately. And Gibbs is over there. That's going to be incomplete. Yeah, that's incomplete. 3rd and 10. He really ran that ball all the way back in the end zone. Save your energy, young man. Save your energy. Here we go. 3rd and 10. As we're down to a minute 10 here in the second quarter. It says, doesn't look like Baltimore defense we need. Unfortunately, it does not. But here we go. 3rd and 10. As Goff takes a snap, quick throw out to the flat, gets it to St. Brown. He gets wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. That's a loss of a couple. And this will lead to 4th and long and a punt from the Lions with 1:05 left on the clock. Quick shout out to Ward coming through with the $10 super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the $10 donation. My friend, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all of you. As far as the likes go, we're currently at 165. The next goal is going to be 200. We need 35 more likes, 35 more thumbs up. So if you have not, make sure you hit that like, hit that thumbs up button. We need 35 more likes. So here we go. As the Lions will kick it back to the Ravens. That kick was almost blocked, as this will be taken here from the 31. And they'll go down at the 42. There's a flag also down on the field. This has been a flag-happy game for sure. And they're going to call holding on the kicking team. So there you go. So many flags. 56 seconds on the clock in the second quarter. 1st and 10 for the Ravens when we come back. So they're going for it. I mean, at this point, right, you got your timeouts. You got 56 seconds. I think you might be able to make something happen. So Jay, I have 400 on the Lions spread, money line, and over and under. Wait, how did you do that? So, okay, you took the Lions, money line, and the over. Which one? Because you said both. Over was 52.5. Yeah, over under is 52.5. Yeah, I think the Lions. Might take it. The over, okay. I'm not mad at it. I mean, I think it could definitely happen. You got two teams that, obviously can put up the points. Vegas said 4.5 as far as the spread. I'm not mad about it. Not at all. So 35 is the number, all right. Also points. Bills need to score every game. Listen, I mean, I've been saying that for 3 seasons now. 35 no matter what. I need Goff to have 200 yards and Lamar for 175, 100 on each. Pass the ball, Lamar, please. As much as I want to say I think that makes sense, I think the reality is this is going to be a hard-fought game on the ground. Right? The Lions want to keep that clock moving. As far as Lamar, he hasn't really been able to get the pass going. He had a couple good passes, but, the defense has worked on that run, got a couple good stops on Henry. Trying to force Lamar to throw is, potentially how the Lions win this game. So they got to try and figure out how to get something going on the ground too. But we'll see. We will see. Monday Night Football, y'all. 14-7, Lions up. 56 seconds left in this second quarter. As they're going to call the holding on the Lions there. And the ball be spotted here at the 51 for the Ravens. Here we go. As Jackson directing traffic. So you got 56 seconds. You got 2 timeouts. You got some space as Lamar drops back, steps up right side on the run, gets going, still going, and he'll run out of bounds after picking up 12 yards. That's a 1st and 10. Shout out to Brett says, how about them Cowboys? Listen now. The Cowboys fans been going through a lot, right? You lose Micah Parsons, Dak, it's not looking good down there in Dallas right now. It's not looking good, unfortunately. 48 seconds on the clock, 10 seconds on the play clock as Lamar takes a snap, fakes the throw here, steps up, has time, gets out of trouble. And he will throw to that right side, picked up by Hill. As they'll get it going. About 4 yards. 4 yards in the catch. It's going to be 2nd down. And I'm assuming there's going to have to be a timeout called here unless he got out of bounds. Did he get out of bounds? He may have. Yeah, he did. He got out of bounds. So 2nd and 6, 38 seconds on the clock as Hill did get out of bounds. Okay, thanks, babe. No, that's Second and 6. So Jay, do you think Bills have finally found that big hole, filled that big hole in defense? I think you're talking about Bosa. Yeah. As Lamar throws high left side, this is going to be caught little toe tap, as this will be another 1st and 10 for the Ravens. Yeah, I think they have. I think the problem now though is the secondary. It's funny how that works, right? They fix their issues in the running, but there's still problems in the secondary. So if you got someone like Henry, or you got a couple good backs like Gibbs, Connor, those guys, they can cut up. Jacobs, those are guys that can get to that second level for the most part. But here we go, 1st and 10. As Lamar takes a snap, looking, throws high, going towards the end zone, and there's going to be a flag. As Hopkins was trying to go for that ball there, but Arnold getting in the mix, and now they're talking back and forth. Flag thrown. It's going to be pass interference. Pass interference. Milano's expected back at practice. I just don't think that Milano is going to last much longer. As much as he's loved in Buffalo and, he has talent, I just think at this point, too many injuries, and it's just too much on the body. So, unfortunately, this may be his last season. So, guess who's coming to town, Cowboys? So it's going to be 1st and goal after the pass interference, as Hopkins and Arnold was going at it. But the Ravens are at the 3. It's going to be 1st and goal. 1st and goal. So here we go. As Henry in the backfield fakes the handoff, steps up, throws left side. That's going to be caught by Bateman, and that's a Ravens touchdown. And there it is. Finally, they'll punch it in, and they did it in like 30 seconds. Right? You have the hold, which puts you to the 50. Then you get a nice run from Lamar. Then you get a defensive pass interference, puts you to the goal line, easy throw to Bateman. And there it is. And now the extra point is up to try and tie it 14 apiece. Got ourselves a ball game, y'all. Got ourselves a ball game on a Monday night. Yeah, that was a good call, right? Bateman, good space, good separation, easy throw, easy catch. Extra point is up. It's good. We're tied at 14 apiece. 14 apiece. Scatterbo is a real deal. I agree. Like I said, I like what I've seen out of him and what he's been doing. He's how am I going to phrase this? I think with Scatterbo playing the way that he does, you're going to need to get him a good O-line. Right? You get him some good blocking and things like that. You get him some good gaps. He can be good. But if he keeps running the way he runs, he going to get hurt a lot. That's for sure. So, we'll see. We'll see. But so far, so good. Dallas is trash. Y'all are brutal. Go Pack Go. Still a Bills fan. I see you, bro. All right. So the Ravens tie it up. And they will kick it back to the Lions with 24 seconds on the clock. I expect Goff to just down this, take it to halftime, where we'll be tied up. Shout out to you, Edgar. As this will be taken here from the 4, cuts back to the middle, and gets tripped up at about the 34 with 18 seconds on the clock. So there you go. Monday night, y'all. Ravens, Lions. Both Goff and Jackson's careers on Monday night is 7-2. And they both tonight have 123 yards apiece. How crazy is that? 123 yards apiece so far. and they're both 7-2 on Monday Night Football. So here we go, 1st and 10, as Goff will not be downing it. They're going to run a play as he's directing traffic, takes the snap, pressure, looks right, steps up, and this will be caught here for about 4. And this will take us down to 13 seconds. They'll call a timeout. Listen, when I tell y'all the Lions mean business, like what? Normally, any other team we'd see, all right, go out there, down the ball, take it to halftime. They're making plays and calling timeouts with 13 seconds. They're trying to squeeze this time to put something on the board. When I say Dan Gamble is a madman, this is what I mean, y'all. This is exactly what I mean. Fighting for everything every second, not taking the easy way out. Here we go. 2nd and 6 at the 35. As Goff changing the play, the Ravens showing a blitz. Goff takes a snap. Ravens bring 4, throws left side. This is going to be caught, makes a move, picks up maybe 2 yards. And it's going to be 3rd down. 3rd down. Quick shout out to Hakim for subscribing. Thanks a lot. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. Says Dan Campbell is Unk. Yo, for real. Means business. Means business. So Zebra's making sure the game is close. I mean, really? Are they really? I don't know about that. I don't know. You can't let them get away with the pass interference call. It's just the reality of it. So 3rd and 3, 7 seconds on the clock. Lions do have one more timeout if they can make a play out of this to try and get a field goal. As it looks like the Ravens will call a timeout now. So there you go. Shout out to Michael for liking the stream. I appreciate you, bro. Good to see you. Good to see you. Is that cursive, Courtney? Yo, Courtney's using cursive in the chat. I don't got my glasses on, so I can't see it. Says, nah, these teams are evenly matched. All right, yeah, I agree with that. She put the cursive in the chat. Oh man. All right, 3rd and 3. She's coming with the fancy fonts. The fancy font. All right, here we go. 3rd and 3. Goff back in the shotgun. Ravens with 4. Looks like they're actually in prevent defense, trying to stop them getting to field goal territory. As you have 4 wideouts. Goff looking, throws on a slant, sliding. St. Brown picks up about 7. And this will be 1st and 10 with 2 seconds on the clock. I mean, I'm sure you're just going to down this thing now, right? Just going to down this thing now. No, they're going to bring out Bates to kick a field goal. What? What is going on? From the 50. Y'all, if they make this from the 50, when I say the Lions ain't playing around, this is crazy. From the 50, Ravens take a timeout. Yo, 70-yard field goal? What? If Bates makes this, I'm telling y'all right now, it's gonna be a riot. No matter if the Lions win or not, it's gonna be a riot if he hits a 70-yarder. If he hits a 70-yarder, it's gonna be a riot. Absolutely crazy. He's really out there about to try to kick this field goal, y'all. Yo, the Lions is crazy. Dan Gable's a madman. If Bates makes this, I know something. So here we go. Here we go. Wester's in the back. Just in case. It's actually 67 yards. So here we go. Bates going to kick a 67-yard field goal attempt. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up and it hits that left side. It was close. If it would have been down the middle, was going in. He had the power. He had the power. Listen, you know what? Even though he didn't make it, I think that's a real signal that you got to pay attention to if you on the Ravens side. If you Harbaugh, if you that offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, you looking at this like, listen, we got to fight for our lives in this game. We're going to have to fight for our lives. All right, y'all. We're tied at 14 apiece. Baltimore will receive the ball for the second half. I'll be back after a quick break.
I'm floating on the dance floor tonight. Yeah. The feeling in my system feels right. Cause I came here to dance, 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 dance. Dance, 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 dance the night away. Dance, 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 dance. Dance, 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 dance the night away. I'm floating on the dance floor tonight. Yeah. The feeling in my system feels right. Cause I came here to dance, 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 dance. Dance, 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 dance the night away. Dance, 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 dance. Dance, 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 dance the night away.
Well, so Caleb Williams, huh? Um, I think there's a couple of things that we could say about Caleb Williams, right? I think at the end of the day, Caleb Williams, he needed to tone the Superman antics down, right? He needed to, stop playing I have to be savior so much. So yeah, you beat the Cowboys, but I'm also staring at the Cowboys like I would be staring at the Giants from last night right now, to be honest. I mean, I just don't have no faith in that team from a defensive standpoint and even now at an offensive standpoint, even more so because CeeDee Lamb is gone. So you take away key pieces that, this team needs, and especially someone that Dak Prescott needs. And, this team turns questionable at, at the very least. And so at this point, I think the Dallas dreams as far as getting to a Super Bowl this year is over. But to, get back to Caleb Williams, I think, he's talented. I think he's got the right team. He looks motivated, right? He's hungry. Um, and then working on the things that he needs to as far as, cleaning up the antics and all that. I think that was, what needed to happen. And I think, we've seen some maturing in last night's game. So, or yesterday's game rather. So yeah, I think at the end of the day, Caleb Williams, he's good. He's good. Can he keep it going though? That's the question. When all the chips are on the table, are you going to fold? Or are you going to have that right hand? So, shout out to Kenny. Russ is cooked. Giants need to throw a dart. Yeah, I think you throw, dart into the Wolves. It might be bad. I think you need Russ to look bad in front of Dart so he can learn from it. Right? Everybody's looking at, well, just get rid of Russ and put Dart in. I don't think Dart's going to take you to the promised land this season, right? So I think you let Russ continue on. Now, if he starts looking terrible, then obviously you probably got to have a conversation. But you let Russ get in there. You keep letting Dart, learn under him. Learn not what to or learn what you shouldn't be doing from Russ, so that you can be better. Listen, there's two ways to learn, right? You can either learn from a good situation or you can learn from a bad situation. And I'll tell you this, it's better to learn from a bad situation because it makes it more challenging for you to get over the hard times when you learn from a good situation. So, learn from those bad moments and you can become better. And I think that's where Dart is. So here we go. 1st and 10 for the Ravens. They're starting here at the 26. As Lamar, play action, drops back, has time, throws short to Henry on that left side, cuts back in, and he'll pick up about 7 yards. It's going to be second down. Second down. Yeah, it's 6 in your mind, for sure. CD may be on IR. The last update I got about him is that he may be placed on IR. So we'll have to see until we don't have all the news yet, but he may be placed on IR, which I'm going to have to move him off the fantasy because he's a reason why I was so close this week. But here we go. 2nd and 3 as Lamar under center goes to the handoff with Henry, right side, cuts back in. Tries to dive for the first down. He's going to be just short. It's going to be 3rd and about 1. 3rd and 1. Yeah, he's doubtful, but it may get upgraded. I'll keep you guys updated. I will keep you guys updated. So as we're down to 13 minutes and 40 seconds in this third quarter, it's 3rd and 1 for the Ravens. As they're back here in the okay, so there's going to be a flag here as Ravens called a good play, got defense to jump on a 3rd and 1, and this will be an easy first down for the Ravens. Shout out to you, Frank. It's time for some barbecue. Man, listen, some good ribs. Good steak. So, it's been raining and stuff, but probably make some steak soon. That'll be good. Some good ribs, some steak. Sounds like a good time. Here we go. 1st and 10. Play action. Lamar throws high up the middle, broken up as Andrews was the target. And I don't like that ball, though. It was thrown in double coverage, and that thing could have been picked off by Branch, it looks like. As, that's not what you want to see coming across the top there. Is Branch putting his paws on that ball. That definitely almost was picked off. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. Yeah, Branch should have had it for sure. For sure. So here we go. 2nd and 10 as Jackson takes a snap. Lions bring the blitz. Quick throw to Andrews. This is caught for about 4 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6. Wilson is a future Hall of Famer. Listen, I was just saying earlier that Wilson obviously should finish off his year with the Giants. Next season, right, sign a 1-day contract with the Seahawks and retire. I think that'll be, good for his legacy and good for his career. Nobody's going to be mad at that. Nobody's going to be mad at Russell Wilson because he's playing bad now. He's a legend regardless. He's just in New York where it's bad to be a legend who's not playing good. So this is going to be a quick throw here. It is caught just short of the first down. No, they'll give it to him. That's going to be a pickup of 6 yards for Flowers as he finally gets involved. And this will be a first down here at the 48 for the Ravens. Jay, did you make the cobbler last night? I did. I actually got a picture of it. I actually got a picture of it because I did make it last night. As this is going to be a handoff to Henry. He hits that left side, picks up about 4 yards. So I made it last night. It came out better than last time too. I was so excited. So excited. Here we go. See if y'all can see that. Right there, y'all. Right there. With the organic peaches, it was so good. All right, so 2nd and 6 as we're down to 11 minutes and 30 seconds here in this third quarter. 10 seconds on the play clock. Henry in the backfield. Lamar fakes the handoff. Quick throw. Henry. Quick throw to Andrews. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Henry. I don't get it. And it's not Andrews. That's Kolar. See, they mixed me up. They got to change their numbers or something, right? Kolar's number looks so close to Andrews. But that was Kolar for the 18 yards, 1st and 10. 1st and 10. Purple says he's avoided my question. I did not avoid your question. I didn't see it. Thursday night, I will not. That night, I will be in full workout mode. You know what season it is. But, Jay, it's football season. Your boy Jay got to stay in shape, too. But here we go. 1st and 10 after the 18-yard pickup by Kohler for these Ravens. Wilson changed the way quarterbacks play today and dogging pass rushers. I agree. He won a Super Bowl. Yeah, like I said, Russell gets a lot of respect, without a doubt. He's just at the end of his career, and there's nothing wrong with that. As Flowers motions, Henry in the backfield. Flowers motions once again. Play action. Throws right side, and this is to Andrews this time. There we go. Big throw to Andrews on the right side. This is going to be for 19 yards. 1st and goal now at the Lions 10. So, Ravens getting that offense going, right? Mixing up the pass, little play action. And Andrews getting busy. 1st and 10. Not looking good for the Lions. We'll see. Says y'all call Russ, y'all crazy. Russ equals soft. Ravens in the I form. Little toss to Henry. No, it's a trick play to the end zone. Incomplete. Listen, Henry threw the ball, and I liked it. It wasn't a bad throw. It was a little high, but it was a good pass. Mixing it up. All right, a little trick play, right? Taking it back to the college days. Toss out to the flat, and Henry throws to the end zone, although it is incomplete. Incomplete. So, yeah, it's going to be 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal. Shout out to you, Father Time. What up, man? What's going on with you? Here we go. 3 seconds on the play clock as Andrews motions. Lamar in trouble. Steps up and will go down after losing 4 yards. He gets sacked by Muhammad. And it's going to be 3rd and goal. We're down to 9 minutes and 30 seconds in this third quarter. So, they've had real issues in this red zone. If it hasn't been from the run, it's been very tough to get in this red zone here, and it's 3rd and goal. 10 seconds on the play clock. Lamar calls for motion, takes a snap, pressure, steps up, throws right side, and that is going to be caught for an Andrews touchdown. And there it is. Mark Andrews on the pickup, 14 yards, and puts these Ravens up by a score, pinning the extra point, 21-14. 21-14, 14-yard pass for Andrews. So yeah, I mean, Anzalone is right on him, draped. But Andrews finds a way to make a little bit of separation. And what's funny is this is almost the same ball that was thrown to him in the divisional playoffs. But he caught it this time. So, yeah, there you go. Extra point is up. It is good. Scores 21-14. Obviously, except this time it's not cold outside and that ball in an ice rock. It's a little easier to catch. So there you go. Ravens up 21-14 with 8:51 left in the second quarter. Taking the lead. Says Ravens. There you go. Is Flowers not getting open? Bro is killing me. Like I said, he hasn't really been targeted. He had maybe one catch earlier. Obviously, second one that we just seen. Yeah, he just really hasn't been targeted. So there you go. Sam says the Kittens are losing. Oh boy, Ravens fans showing up. As far as the votes, we're at 455 votes. Y'all, the poll is at 50-50. It is dead even with 455 votes. How is that even possible? That's crazy. What y'all doing? What y'all doing, Ravens Nation? Y'all can't beat out the Lions fans? What's going on? Dead even with 455 votes? Nobody knows who's going to win. So there it is. We're at 217 likes, y'all. The next goal is 300. Let's make it 350. 350. If you have not, make sure you hit that like, hit that thumbs up. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe, click that bell, turn on your notifications so way you don't miss a stream. Make sure you guys lock it in. Yeah, they're evenly matched for sure. Without a doubt. I'm writing my thesis on the harm of too many emojis. Yo, what? That's kind of crazy. A thesis. All right. Interesting. Mark Andrews fantasy owners are crying of joy. Yeah, I mean, they had what 1.9, what was it 1.9, 2.9? Now Andrews is got him some good points tonight. Y'all, they're showing the catch. Or they're showing the throw in the divisional game against the Bills. I just said it, and now they're mentioning it in the replays right now. Yo, let me stop playing. Let me send in my application. They just showed the play that I've just mentioned 5 minutes ago. This is crazy. Why? It's not even against the Bills. They play in the lot. That's crazy. That is so crazy. Stu says games rig Jay like birthday candles you can never blow out. Kojak in the building says the NFL is listening. I'm saying, like I gotta, like I said, I gotta send in my application. I gotta stop playing around. Who here remembers when I would call the plays in the playoffs before they happen? Like way before they happen. Who remembers that? So here we go. 1st and 10 for these Lions as St. Brown motions, play action, quick throw broken up as Goff takes a shot. It'll be incomplete, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Father Time says, I do. Purple does. Man, that's really when I be in the zone, yo. And you're right. I will brag every time I call multiple games with the exact plays before they happen. Better than Tony Romo. 2nd and 10 as they go to Gibbs here on the run. Squeezes through on that left side. He picks up about 7 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3. Shout out to you, Hard 804. Says Jay, take it all back. Lamar is Willie B. Yo, stop. Ravens fans go take care of you on that one, man. He said Lamar is Willie Beeman. That is crazy. So here we go, 3rd and 3. I ain't seen that movie in so long. We're down to 8 minutes and 15 seconds here in the third quarter as Goff changing up the play here. Ravens showing a 5-man rush. They bring 4. Goff steps up, throws right side on over to Laporta, making the catch in traffic. And this will be another first down for the Lions. When we say evenly matched, this game is definitely an even match for both teams. I mean, just looking at Goff standing in this pocket, right, going through his progressions and, not forcing anything, it's a work of art. It's really a work of art. 1st and 10. As they go back to the run here, Gibbs on the right side squeezes through, taking some Ravens with him as he'll pick up about 10 yards and another Lions first down. First down. Facts over feelings. You remember that. Shout out to Miriam. What up, yo? Says me and my brother are watching the game and he's got the Ravens putting you're putting it on him. Ravens flag. Let's go. If James Cook don't get 10 carries for 185 and 2 touchdowns, and we got to talk for real. All right, now. Here we go. 2nd and 1. 8 seconds on the play clock. Goff directing traffic. They go back to the run here as Gibbs, little sidestep, picks up the first down. Picks up the first down. And like I said before, Gibbs has been instrumental and getting these big gains against this Ravens defense, and they have not had an answer. And obviously, the Lions will swap out Gibbs and bring in Montgomery, right, bring in those fresh legs. And you're going to make your defense tired. If you can't make a stop on this run, the Lions have been able to get down the field with ease on the ground. Here we go, 1st and 10. We're down to 6 minutes here in this third quarter. Little toss to Montgomery, back to Goff. Left side throw, and what a catch. St. Brown, ladies and gentlemen, 17 yards. Everybody's got trick plays tonight, right? Sends it over to Montgomery, tosses back to Goff, and then Goff to St. Brown. They're like, this is how you do it. You can't do it how we did it. This is how we do it. And I think that's really a slap in the face, y'all. That play was really a slap in the face because it was like, well, y'all can't do it. We gonna show you how to do it. As it's now 1st and 10. Goff takes the snap, looking high, goes end zone. And that is a catch. What a touchdown. St. Brown, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. 18-yard touchdown reception. I didn't think he caught it. I didn't think he caught it. Goff threw such a beautiful ball. And St. Brown is wrapped up by Humphrey. I mean, he's literally draped on him. What space. St. Brown bringing it down. Man. Got ourselves a game, yo. Quick shout out to Mr. Kojak with the $5 super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Says I will always fondly remember remember our super serial famous TikToker that was throwing super chats trying to talk trash. That was a crazy night. That was a crazy night. Crazy night. Listen, one of my most fun streams was when we did it was college football. And I'm pretty sure it was an Ohio State championship game. We had like 15,000 people in here. Everybody was going crazy. And all I remember was Purple was losing her mind. And I think about this it was like 3 years ago. I'll never forget it. We had like 15,000 people live in the chat. Purple was losing her mind because the chat was moving so fast. And she just gave up. Yo, I love Purple to death. It was so funny because we had so many people in here and the chat was just I couldn't even read it. It was moving so fast. We had 15,000 people and Purple was trying to keep up and she's just like, you know what? I can't do it. That was one of the most fun streams that we've had. And I'll never forget it. Never forget it. Josh says over 300 yards passing versus Saints. Ooh. Yeah. I would probably go 275 to be on the safe side. 275. Listen, Purple had blocked so many people. It was crazy, because it was a college stream. People was coming in here acting crazy, and we try to keep it PG because of the kids. And, college fans in them kind of games, they get real crazy. And so, when you have that many people come in the stream, everybody doesn't know the rules. So Purple was trying to, keep things in line. And it was just too much. It was too much. It was a fun night. It was a fun night for sure. Without a doubt. He said I was diagnosed with the ADHD in the early 70s. Purple don't play. Purple don't play. Shout out to you, George. Holding it down on Facebook. I appreciate you. Thank you for the love. Yeah, college football is always a fun time. It gets crazy. It gets crazy. Way more rowdy for sure. Way more rowdy. It gets real crazy for college football, especially when we get to the bowl games and the championships. I really love streaming those games. They're always fun. Always fun. So here we go. As the Lions will send it back to the Ravens here. Tie ball game, 21 apiece. We're down to 5 minutes and 13 seconds here in the third quarter. And there's going to be a flag thrown for that kick. I think it went out of bounds. So the Ravens will take it at the 40, 1st and 10. Yes, you and Luta. Shout out to Luta. Definitely miss her being around. But she's being taken care of. So that's a good thing too. It's a good thing too. So here we go. 1st and 10 for these Ravens as Andrews motions. Quick throw to the flat over to Flowers, making a nice move as he'll pick up about 7 yards on the catch and run. Second down. Legendary says hard to express yourself through chat, not using all the 5 senses. But for some, the tone down is nice. Yeah, I mean, we have our moments, right? It's always a good time. St. Brown sound like Arnold from the Predator movie when he be talking German. 2nd and 3 as they go play action here. Lamar in trouble and he will get wrapped up. Can't get out of it. Huge loss. And I think that's the 2nd or 3rd sack tonight as he loses 7. It's now 3rd and 10. They're back to the 40. Back to the 40. Yeah, the flea flicker. This is so funny. So Lamar tried to he was thinking about tossing it out, but he couldn't because he's being held down. It's like I just can't get rid of it. 3 sacks Lamar tonight. Crazy. As he's gonna step up, throw here, incomplete to Flowers. To Bateman, I apologize. 4th and 10, and they will punt it away. This Lions defense comes up with a significant stop, and they'll get the ball back. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. So 4th and 10, they'll punt it away with 3:47 on the clock here in the second quarter. I feel like this game's going to come down to a field goal, and it's probably going to be Bates kicking it. As this will be punt back to the Lions, and they're going to down it at the 4. So good punt. Lions will take over at the 4, 1st and 10, 3:36 on the clock. And there we go. Another 35 plus in the making. I mean, this is just how some of these games are going. Shout out to Janice Barnes for following. I appreciate you. If you're new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe, click that bell, turn on your notifications. That way you don't miss a stream. Also, we're at 232 likes. If you have not, make sure that you hit that like, hit that thumbs up button. Our next goal is 350. 350. So make sure you guys hit that like, hit that thumbs up. Got ourselves a game. Short passes on 3rd down are boring. Take a shot, right? Go towards the end zone. You need a touchdown. Says, all I want to know is how to be a mod. That is all. I'm not trying to be rude. We're going to hold a mod ceremony soon. And it's not mod. We don't call them mods. You know, they're more like a family. It's the Wrench Gang. We'll probably be holding Wrench Gang ceremony soon. It's been a while since we actually had anybody new in the Wrench Gang. It's been about roughly a year. Purple? About a year? I think so, about a year. Maybe even longer than that. Can't remember the last time we brought in anybody in the Wrench Gang. But yeah, we may be holding a ceremony soon. As Purple's like, Jay, we have enough. That's the mom talking. We'll talk about it. We'll hold a vote. That's what we'll do. We'll hold a vote. We'll hold a vote. I can't get the word out. We will hold a vote, and we'll let the Wrench Gang decide. We'll let the Wrench Gang decide. So there you go. It's out of my hands. Wrench Gang has got to decide. Shout out to you, Legendary. Listen, Wrench Gang's got control. Jay don't got control no more. It's the Wrench Gang. They gotta take a vote. All right, here we go. 3:36 on the clock here. Lions have the ball at the 4. And here we go. So, tie ball game. 3:36 on the clock. Lions have the ball. Montgomery in the backfield. Goff under center. Ravens show 5 on the rush. They go with the handoff. Montgomery cuts through. Makes a nice move. Gets tackled. But not before picking up 11 yards. First down. Your vote counts. I'm the tiebreaker. That's what it is. I'm the tiebreaker. So there you go. Face is on fire. I'm not even. I can't get into that. That's kind of crazy. Shout out to you, Reverend. What up, man? Reverend in the house. Let's go. Handoff here. No. Nice play action. Faked everybody out, including me. But it's incomplete to St. Brown, 2nd and 10. Says, need a meet and greet with the live stream of a game with a real time panel of like 3 to 5 people. So I thought about it, and I got a team of individuals that I want to address things with. So it's something that I've been working on. I just want to make sure I do it the right way, right? Because I just can't have anybody on the channel with me. I got to make sure they know what's going on and they can contribute the right way. As Montgomery on the run here, still going, but someone's behind him trying to catch up, and they will bring him down. Humphrey. I have to give Montgomery so much credit for this 72-yard run. But when I say that Humphrey was on his tail and brought him down to avoid the touchdown, yes, it was great offense, but it was great defense as well. This is what we're talking about when we say an evenly matched team. You thought Montgomery was gone on this play, but Humphrey was right there to bring him down. But a 72-yard pickup for Montgomery. What a run. What a run. 1st and 10. As they go back to the run with Gibbs, right up the middle, he'll pick up about 6, and it'll be 2nd and 4. Shout out to Benji coming through with the $2 super chat donation. I appreciate you. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Says, went to the Rashi Rice Racing School today, 10 out of 10. Yo, when does he get off suspension, yo? When does he get off? So here we go. Appreciate you, Benji. Play action. Goff fakes the throw. Short to Laporta. He dives, picks up about a couple. This will lead to 3rd and about 4 coming up here, as we're down to a minute in this 3rd quarter. Crucial moment here for the Lions, right? You're not going to settle for a field goal. You want to punch it in. So let's see what they dial up. A-Wall in the house. What up, A-Wall? Wrench gang in the building. Let's go. Let's go. 8 seconds on the play clock. We're down to 45 seconds in this 3rd quarter. It's 3rd and 4. And they're not going to run a play. They're going to take a timeout. Which I don't understand why you'd waste one of your timeouts right now. I don't get this one, Dan. It's the 3rd quarter, 36 seconds. You've had the ball down there for a while. Why are you taking a timeout? How much you want to bet that timeout's going to bite them in the butt later? So, Benji says, y'all better not take the wrench away from me. I was in the trenches. Benji, nobody's getting their wrench taken away. We will hold a vote if you guys want to allow new members in the wrench gang. You guys will be able to vote. I leave it in your hands. The power is yours. Go Planet. 3rd and 4. Here we go. Here we go. Goff under center, Gibbs in the backfield. As they go back to the run, right side, he's going to be short. He is going to be short. It will be 4th and 1. We already know what Dan Gamble's going to do here. They will run it down to the end of the 3rd quarter. I'm assuming. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, they're going to take it down to the end of the 3rd quarter. So it'll be 4th and 1 as we start the 4th quarter. And there we go. There we go. But that's what they expect him to do. Right? I don't see him just saying, you know what, go ahead and sit in Bates and let him kick it. I just don't see that happening. So, Ryan, you're hilarious, bro. Hilarious. As far as the votes, y'all, it still has not changed. 529 votes. We're still locked at 50%. This is crazy. I think we've seen this once or twice before. Kansas City Bills, AFC Championship. I remember that one. The votes were like 2,000 and it was 50%. Something crazy. And then it was I think it was another Lions game where it was 50-50. Kind of crazy. It says I vote for my boy to get a French. His name is. Oh, okay. All right. Benji always trying to get me. Yeah. Shout out to George V for subscribing. Thanks a lot. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. Thursday, no. No Thursday. The wrench governor. Listen, like I said, it's more of a family, for the wrench gang. So, that's why I leave the vote up to you guys, because for the ones that have been around and the ones that have held it down, I think they've earned that right, to be able to vote on new people coming in, or who should come in, or whether, we should add new people or not. But it's more of a loyalty thing. Some of these individuals have been with the channel, for almost 5 years, or going on five years now. Some shorter, 2, 3, but they've been loyal, been with the channel. So, it's something to be a part of, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing. So there you go. There you go. So after the commercial break, we'll start the fourth quarter here. It's going to be 4th and 1 for the Lions, as they're at the Baltimore 4. And here we go. Here we go. MASH. Yeah, that's when you knew it was time for bed. So here we go. They're going to go for it on the 4th and 1, and I didn't expect anything other than this. Little toss, right side, Gibbs, walk in, touchdown. And there it is. Making it look easy. You know what? We don't care. 4th and 1, 4th and 3. We're the Lions. We're going to go for it. And some of the trickery that I've seen tonight has been absolutely phenomenal on both sides. I mean, this is a little toss, right? He hands it off to St. Brown. St. Brown then pitches over to Gibbs. And this is the trickery that we're seeing tonight. Some of these amazing plays, amazing designs. They're dialing it up. They are dialing it up. So touchdown for Gibbs. We'll make the score 28-21 with the extra point for the Lions as we start this fourth quarter with 14:55 on the clock. So there you go. Surprised they didn't let Monty get the touchdown. Text 713 says, who will win this thing? It's been back and forth. 95 and 98 drives for touchdown. It's an even match, y'all. It is definitely an even match. Shout out to you, Dan. What up, bro? Good to see you. Good to see you. Joe says, I remember coming here one night and it was full of wrenches. One night, I thought it was a staff meeting. Staff meeting. Listen, some nights, they'll all pop in, especially, we're still in the beginning of the season, right? Some of you who are just starting to watch or, kind of new, once we get to like week 10 and it's cold and everybody in the house, that's when it gets real crazy. It gets real crazy, especially, like I said, especially with the college, and we get into the bowl games and the playoffs and all that, and everybody starts showing up and everybody gets all crazy. And that's when Purple's working overtime. But that's when you'll see all the wrench gang show up. Shout out to Jeff King in the building. Says, you can't have my wrench. You come for my wrench. There's going to be consequences and repercussions. You going to eat your cornbread. This is why you forget to notify the other 3 times. I didn't forget to notify. You got to click the button. I done said it like 2,035 times. Subscribe. Click the button so you get updates on the stream. I've said it 2,385 times. I'm exaggerating, but I've said it a lot. Let's go. Shout out to you, Edgar. We're in a quick timeout commercial break. Score is 28-21 with 14:55 on the clock. Mark says, I'll keep my hammer. Y'all can keep your wrenches. I see you, Mark. No exaggeration, Michelle. No exaggeration. I mean, yeah, I can't even remember how many times I've said that over the last 5 years. Because some people forget, and it's fine. I have to, remind people, and that's why I do it. Because some people forget and they're like, oh yeah, let me, hit the like or let me subscribe. And shout out to the people in the shadows too. Even if you're not subscribed and you just watching and you've been watching me for a long time, listen, it's real easy. Just hit that subscribe button, right, and click that bell, turn on your notifications so you don't miss a stream, and there you go. You'll be notified. It's like 2,862. All right, y'all. So the Ravens will get it back after the Gibbs touchdown. It's 28-21 as we get ready to get into this fourth quarter here. Shout out to you, Tyrone. Let's go, Daniel. I see you, bro. All right. So Ravens are at the 27, 1st and 10. Lamar back in the shotgun here. The Lions showing a 5-man rush. Now they bring 4. He's going to keep it himself on the run. Tries to break a tackle, but cannot. He'll get brought down as it's a 4-yard carry, 2nd down. Edgar says, needs interception. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I think you're going to have a situation where they're going to try to keep it on the ground, grind the clock, try to keep it a close game. I mean, somebody's got to make a mistake, right? But you're banking on it being Lamar because of these kind of situations. So he's going to keep it here. Right side throw, high throw, incomplete. Try to get it to Flowers. Overthrown there. It's now 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7. So, I said it in the prediction video. I said that, this game would probably come down to moments and situations. And so, yeah, it's 3rd and 7, right? Now you got to throw the ball. You're not going to go for the run. They're 4 and 7 on 3rd down conversions. So, that kind of answers your question as far as how this night's been going, even though it's a 1-score game in the 4th quarter. And we've got all these points on the board. So here we go. As Jackson takes a snap, pressure, throws high, and that is caught by Bateman. What a catch. 19 yards all the way down to the 49, 1st and 10. Wow. My goodness. Tactical, what up, bro? Says, what was the over-under? 52.5. 52.5. Frank says, Jay, nice hat. Where's the Bills logo on the hat? It's right here. Or is it, I ain't got my glasses on. It's either over here or over here. I think it's right there. Yeah, it's right there. Here we go. 1st and 10. Yeah, all 32 teams are on the hat. Toss right side to Henry as he gets stood up, but picks up about 3 yards. And there's also a flag down on the field. Clock stops at 13:20. It's Bateman. It's Bateman. Bateman. I said it right. Trying to confuse me. So here we go. Shout out to Tyrone and all the people who don't want a wrench but are still subscribed. I appreciate all of y'all. Dan, it has not snowed yet. And let's not even talk about it because I can't take that on the bones right now. Let's wait like another month and a half before we start talking about snow. Here we go. 1st and 10. after the 19-yard pickup by these Ravens. They're currently at the 31 and trying to punch another touchdown in. Here we go. 5 seconds on the play clock. As Jackson under the center, there's a jump. False start. It's going to be on Kolar, and that's going to back them up. It'll be 1st and 15 at the 36. Purple says, I wish we got more snow. Man, we can send you some when we get it. I don't want no parts of it. I feel like this is going to be a really, really bad winter this year for sure. For sure. So here we go. 1st and 15 after the false start. As we have 3 wideouts, the Lions showing a 5-man rush. Takes a snap, pressure, looking left side, incomplete. Looks like a miscommunication there for Hopkins. That ball was thrown a little early. 2nd and 15. Snow on Christmas, that's it. Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm fine like after Halloween, right? Give me the little dusting of snow after Halloween. You know, that makes sense. But anytime before that, I'm not trying to hear or see no snow. No snow. You know, November 1, bring the snow. But before that, I ain't trying to do it. Here we go. 2nd and 15. As Lamar in trouble, steps up, throws right side once again. Bateman. Another 16 yards on the catch, and he has came up big in this 4th quarter. Another 1st and 10. Shout out to you, Philip. Yeah, that is right. That is right. Quick shout out to Weemy for subscribing. Thanks a lot. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. Bateman has been finding ways to get open and make plays, and Jackson has been finding him, as this is going to be a run to the right side. He gets tripped up. He picks up 2 yards. Anzalone making plays. He has been a force on stopping the run. 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9. Says, let's snow. That is my money as a landscaper. See, I get that. You know, you want a blizzard and all that kind of stuff. You know, you get out there with the plow and all that. I get it. I just don't want to have to deal with it. So 2nd and 9 as Jackson steps up in trouble once again, and he will get wrapped up. Ball comes out. I think he was down by contact, as it looks like that's going to be a loss of 4 yards. It's now 3rd and 13 at the Lions 23. We're down to 11 minutes and 10 seconds here in this 4th quarter. I'd rather be cold than hot. I agree with that. I can't sleep hot. I have to sleep cold. But you don't need, the snow for cold. It could just be cold. Quick shout out to Tribe for subscribing. Thanks a lot. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. So here we go. 3rd and 3. Lions have 4 sacks on Lamar. It's been crazy what this defense has been doing, but also have allowed 21 points. So here we go. As Jackson once again steps up in trouble, tries to get out of it. And once again, he'll get brought down for another sack. Get rid of the ball. I don't understand this. You've got your head down, you're running around, you're trying not to get tackled, but your head should be down the field trying to make a play. So he gets sacked once again. That's his 5th sack of the game. It's going to be 4th and 13, and now they'll be forced to kick a field goal. Quick shout out to Taco Night Tonight for subscribing. Thanks a lot. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. So Tyler Loop is going to come out to kick a field goal to make this a 4-point game. Kick is up. And it is good. It looked like it was going to go in. It is good. Score is now 28-24. Well, there's your 4.5, y'all. there's your 4.5. So was it 52.5 over under? The spread, it was 4.5 Lions. Oh man, I don't know. Timeout commercial break. Timeout commercial break. Oh man. Says it can snow every day. I'll be happy. I mean, some people like it, so I get it for sure. Shout out to Mr. Mad Mac for subscribing. Thanks a lot. Welcome to the channel. Listen, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like, hit that thumbs up. We're currently at 259. The next goal is 350. 350. So we just need, it looks like 80 more likes. 80 of you to hit that like, hit that thumbs up button so we can get to our next goal of 350. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe, click that bell, turn on your notifications. That way you don't miss a stream. Make sure you guys lock it in. So there you go. Team 4 years of Jay here. Let's go, Dan. Shout out to you, bro. Loyalty in the building. Says Lions are getting to go up 2 scores. All right. Listen, like I said, the spread was 4.5. It's a 4-point game. The over-under was 52.5. So there you go. Do with that information as you will and look at the score. Just look at it. I mean, how does Vegas know? It's crazy, right? Like how do they know? It's wild. So timeout commercial break. Yeah, I don't get that at all. All right. So here we go. 28-24. 4-point game. 9:40 on the clock in this fourth quarter. As the Ravens will kick it back. And this will be taken here from the 5. Cuts back across the field. Still going. And we'll go down at about the 35. 1st and 10 Lions. Keeping the ball safe, yeah. I get it. But at the same time, you got to make a play. And if everyone's at the line, right, trying to bring you down, he had like 6 people. Somebody's open. Somebody's created separation somewhere. You got to keep your head up and look down the field. That's all I'm saying. So here we go. 1st and 10 as Goff under center. They go with the handoff to Gibbs right up the middle as he'll pick up about 4 yards. It's now 2nd down. So plenty of time. You got all timeouts. You got the 2-minute warning. But you got to find a way to stop the run, right? As far as the Lions, they're gonna switch it up with Gibbs and Montgomery. Try to keep this clock rolling. Try to keep pushing out these first downs, and that's how they seal the win. But if you can get a stop on this run, get Lamar the ball back, you have an opportunity to try and take the lead. So here we go. Play action. Goff looking, throws left side. That's going to be broken up, incomplete. 3rd and 5. Try to hit T-Slaw on the left side. So I remember when you would get so much snow that you opened your door, it was all snow. Yes. That was 22. That was 22. I'll never forget it. I was stuck in the house for a week and a half. We had like 6 feet of snow. It's crazy. Could barely open the door. Streamed all those games that week. As we're down to 0 seconds on the play clock, and that's a flag. They didn't get the playoff in time. Wow, so it's going to bring them back 5 yards to be 3rd and 10 with 8:40 in the clock. Quick shout out to Tech 713 for becoming a member of the family. Shout out to you, Tech 713. I appreciate you. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the loyalty. Thank you for the support. Finally, got that golden medallion, that golden TF next to his name. Let's go. All right. Appreciate you. It's been a long time coming. It looks like he was trying to call the timeout, though. So wait a second. What are they doing here? So they're going to say that they're taking a timeout. And once again, you've now put yourself into a deeper hole because you took a touchdown, or you took a timeout in the third quarter. Now you've taken another timeout to save the delay of game. So now you're down to one timeout with 8:48 in the clock. Here we go. 3rd and 5. Goff's going to step up. Short throw, incomplete. I think St. Brown maybe slipped up there. I apologize, Raymond. And that's lead to 4th and 5. So now they'll kick it back to the Ravens with 8 minutes and some change left on the clock. You know, the leaves are still in the trees. Got the cat around. You know, you guys really like snow like that? The leaves are still in the trees and stuff. You know? Like I said, let's keep that to like late November, December. Because like I said, I think it's going to be a really bad winter this season. So I'm trying to avoid it for as long as possible. Number 1 says Ravens will fall in the last 5 minutes. Wow. Okay. We'll see. We shall see. Says I can't wait till late November. Listen, Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays. So for those who know, they know. Like for me, it's always Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving. It's one of my favorite holidays. Thanksgiving, then Christmas, right? Some people it's Christmas, some people it's Halloween. That's their thing. For me, it's Thanksgiving and then Christmas. You know, it's Thanksgiving. You got your food, you got your football, then you got Black Friday. You can do a little bit of shopping and all that good stuff. You know, get some good deals. It's all the same stuff that, you know, you're going to buy each year anyways, but it's just good to buy it again, you know, for for even cheaper price sometimes. You just get the newer version of it. You wanted that toaster, right? The better toaster than what you got from last year. You can go get it for like 30% off. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. Jeff says, keep the snow. That's what I'm saying. Tell them to keep the snow, yo. Tell them to keep the snow. Right? Yeah, purple. Next year. Like I said, I was thinking about live streaming it for y'all. I wonder if I'll be like the first person to like do that as like a sports commentator. That'd be cool. That'd be real cool. I might, like I said, I might do it. We'll see. I gotta see how the lady feels about it. You know how things have to be on those days. It's got to be just right. Here we go. They're going to go with the handoff here. Left side. That ball comes out. It is fumbled. Oh. Y'all, Derrick Henry just fumbled the ball. This is so bad. Another significant moment where Derrick Henry fumbles the ball and it got punched out once again. Oh, no. You got to protect the rock, Henry. You got to protect the ball. Now he want to slam his helmet down. You got to protect the ball. Yo. Athletics said Henry's getting paid by Vegas. Listen, I mean, this is another significant moment. Your team just got the ball back, right? You let someone who punched out the ball for the Bills? Who was that? Was it Bernard? We got someone on the Bills punched it out. And then tonight it gets punched out again in another significant moment. This is terrible. 2nd and 7. As you've got Montgomery right up the middle. He picks up about 11 yards. It's going to be 1st and goal. No, there's going to be a flag. There's going to be a flag. It's going to be a face mask on Detroit. That's going to back him up to the 28. So 2nd and 22. Mike said Henry just made $1 million. He said they wired the money to his account after the ball was punched out, like right after. Listen, I don't get it. I mean, the ball security has to be of the utmost importance in these situations. He's the only running back with a fumble in each of the first 3 games. What are we doing? He's the only running back with a fumble in each of his first 3 games? King Henry? 2nd and 22. As this is going to be a handoff right side as Gibbs gets back involved now. No gain or maybe a yard. It's going to be 3rd and long. 3rd and long. Shout out to you, Tech 713. The Cayman Islands bank accounts. Yo, he sent the money to the Cayman Islands bank account right after the punch-out fumble. That is crazy. So it's going to be 3rd and 21. We're down to 6 minutes and 48 seconds in this 4th quarter. 3 seconds on the play clock. As Goff takes a snap, high throw, right side, incomplete. And this will lead to a field goal for the Lions. So, yeah. All right. They kick the field goal. Let's say they make it. Ravens still have an opportunity. Still got an opportunity. I'm going to have to go back and see exactly what I said in the prediction video. But I said there would be some significant situation that happens. As a field goal is good here, it's 31-24. I said it would be a significant situation that happens. I thought it would be Lamar. Turns out it was Henry. Let me see if I can find it, y'all. As we're on this timeout commercial break. You know I love to hit him with the I told you so. All right, hold on. Let's see if I can find it. Uno momento. All right, come on now. Okay. I got to go to the... Hold on. Significant moment, and Lamar may throw an interception. Hold on. This is why I tell you to watch the prediction videos. Benefit of the doubt, because I feel like this is going to come down to a significant moment, and Lamar may throw an interception. Ravens fans, don't be mad at me. I'm just telling you my opinion. I think this is going to be one of those games, and I'll take the Lions by a field goal. So, I mean, like I said, you know, don't be mad at me. But it's these significant moments that happen. Like I said, I thought it'd be Lamar. Turns out it was Henry. And so, what does it say that your running back now has these significant fumbles when you need him to have ball control the most? The most, right? You're down 4. You got the ball back. Your defense did their job. I'm at a loss of words. I'm at a loss of words. So there you go. With that said, there's still plenty of time. 3 timeouts, 6:35 on the clock. You've been moving the ball. Do you trust Henry with it again? We'll see as they kick it back. We'll see. So says trade Henry to Buffalo. Ray Davis done nothing this year. Trade him to Buffalo so he can cough up the ball for the Bills. I don't think the Bills would deal with that problem. So here we go. As the Lions will kick it back to the Ravens, and they'll go down to the 30 with 6:30 on the clock here. I mean, like I said, this is just, it's sad to see. It really is. It's sad to see. So Tony says, need 15 fantasy points, Lamar. Come on, my man. I mean, they got to make something, or get something going on this drive if they want to make it, interesting. So here we go. Here we go. 1st and 10 as Lamar takes a snap, pressure, steps up, in trouble, and gets sacked. This is his 6th sack of the game. He has lost 6 yards. 2nd and 16. 6 sacks. This offensive line has been not doing any justice for him tonight. And it's going to be 2nd and 16. I mean, this is just brutal to watch tonight. Brutal. How to recover fumbles. Ravens O-line show no effort to jump on the ball. So 2nd and 16 as Lamar takes a snap, pressure, quick throw left side. This is going to be caught. And this will be a pick of about 4 yards for Hill. And it's now 3rd and 12 as we're now down to the 5-minute and 30-second mark. So Henry's selling my parlay. Like I said, these significant moments, they always happen when they're playing against a proper team, a team that, is elite and playing at a high level. These significant moments always happen. I don't get why, but they're going to have to figure it out. 3rd and 12 as Lamar drops back, steps up, fakes the run, tries to get away and cannot. And he'll get brought down for a gain of 4. It's now 4th and 9 with 4:51 on the clock. I mean, obviously you gotta go for this, right? No? You're not gonna go for it on 4th and 9 in the 4th quarter? Down to 4 minutes? They're gonna punt it away. Okay, fair catch taken at the 20. Yeah, I mean, I think Harbaugh, you got to have a little bit more faith in this offense to give him a chance than to just kick it away with 4 minutes on the clock. I mean, all right, Andre, they just punted. They just punted away. Daniel says that's a lot of game left. You got to take away the momentum. You have to take away the momentum, and guess what? Now they're going to run that clock, right? They're going to swap out Gibbs and Montgomery, and they're going to force you to use your timeouts. Yeah, you got the 2 minute warning. But now you're putting in a good opportunity to even come down and kick a field goal. And guess what? It's a two score game. So Gibbs is going to hit this left side, tries to stay in. He picks up 9 on the carry. 2nd and 1. Dan Gamble definitely would have did it. That's what I'm saying. Right? This game was chess versus checkers. And so, when you put yourself in this situation against Dan Gamble, you have to think like him. You have to figure out, where your opportunities are going to be, because guess what? Dan's going for it if he's down. That's just the reality of it. 2nd and 3. As they go back to the run with Gibbs, fights for every yard. He picks up about 5, and that'll be a Lions first down as the clock rolls past the 4-minute mark. So, shout out to Carl and Tracy. Let's go. Good to see you guys. So, AJ, don't know why the offense of the Ravens looks so tired when the defense got ran so hard in the first half. Like I said, this is a situation where you have to play how your opponent is playing against you. You got to think outside of the box. Punting it away, that made no sense to me. 3:34 on the clock. They go back to the run with Gibbs. He'll go up the middle and gets maybe 2 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 8. Clock rolls as we're approaching the 3-minute mark. And like I said, they're gonna run it down. They're gonna run it down. I would have never gave it back to them. You've got 2 excellent backs in Gibbs and Montgomery who've been running on you the whole game. And this is how they, 191 yards on the ground. They've averaged 5.5 yards. Why would you give them the ball back? Here we go. 2nd and 8. Handoff to Gibbs once again. And he'll pick up about another 2. It's going to be 3rd and 5. Yeah, 3rd and 5. As the clock rolls to looks like they're going to take it to the 2-minute warning. So there you go. There you go. Not looking good. Not looking good for sure. So here we go. 3rd and 5. We're down to 2:10 on the clock. 8 seconds on the play clock. As Goff changing up the play here. Takes a snap. Pressure. Looking. Quick throw out to the flat. Gets it to Gibbs. Tries to find blockers. He gets 1. And we'll pick up about 4 yards. Maybe 3. It's now 4th and 2. Well, we know what Gamble is going to do here on a 4th and 2. We know what he's going to do after the 2-minute warning with 1:56 on the clock. You think he's going to give it to them, give it back when it's a 4th and 2? No, he's going to go for it. And this is why I said you don't put yourself in a situation to where you put the ball in Goff's hands in the running back so they can run the clock out. I'd rather see you not convert on the 4th and 9 than give it back to them so they could just run the clock out and win the game. So, shout out to Teresa. Good to see you. Good to see you. The score has not changed since 5:05. It's been 31-24. 31-24. I said it before. The Ravens could not run the ball effectively on the ground. It was going to be a long night. Good to see you, Teresa. Much love, much love. So yeah, we're down to a minute 56, 2-minute warning. Scores 31-24. Lions have the ball at their 49, 4th and 2. Like I said, I don't think they take a delay and punt it away. I think Dan Gamble's going to go for those 2 yards. So there you go. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. Can y'all hear me? Am I just frozen? Can y'all hear me? Yo, y'all are funny. All right, so y'all can hear me. I'm just frozen. All right, let me try to refresh this and see if it's that. So no, it is not that. Yeah, I don't know, y'all. I'm definitely frozen, but yeah, even the nothing's updating. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, that's weird. So then I'll just call it because if I close it out, I don't think it's gonna refresh. And that'll end the stream. So I'll just call it. I'll just call it. So here we go. 4th and 2. 4th and 2. Minute 56 on the clock. They're going to go for it, like I said. Play action to Gibbs. Throws right side high. That's going to be caught by Amon-Ra St. Brown. It is 1st and 10 at the Baltimore 31, but there's also a flag on the play. And it's going to be on Baltimore. When you add the icing on the cake, defensive holding, it's going to be declined. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Lions at the 31. Old time radio. Old time radio. So, yeah, like I said, there's going to be some major conversations that we have to have about the Ravens and specifically Derrick Henry in these significant moments when they need him to protect the ball and just coughing it up. So at this point, obviously the Ravens do have 3 timeouts. But like I said, you try and run that clock. They'll try to use all 3 timeouts. If they do find a way to get the ball back, there's going to be minimal time to do anything. As this is going to be another run here. Right side, Montgomery on the move, runs in for a touchdown. Oh my goodness. The Lions score once again. Montgomery on the run. With the extra point, score will be 38-24. Touchdown. Now are you seeing why I said that the Ravens should have went for it on 4th and 9? They should have went for it on 4th and 9, and unfortunately, this is what happens. And because Harbaugh didn't believe in his offense, you've now allowed them to put up 2 scores, basically making it a three-score game. As Phillips says, Harbaugh got to go. I mean, like I said, you gotta believe. You gotta believe in your offense. You don't give the Lions the ball back when you're down 1 score and there's 4 minutes and some change on the clock. You just don't do it. So there you go. There you go. Shout out to you, Leanne. Good to see you, yo. Good to see you. Says, you think Derrick Henry would know by now to hold on to the ball? I mean, come on, he gets paid big money. That's what I'm saying. It makes no sense. It makes no sense whatsoever. And it's really unfortunate because he's a veteran back. He's been good in significant moments, and it's just he gets reckless now. And I don't know if it's just, you know, uh it's just so hard to say because your ball protection has to be the most important thing. Your team's down by one score, you just got the ball back, your defense did their job. As there's going to be a touchback here. Ravens will take it to the 35, 1st and 10. Says he wasn't fumbling with us. Matter of fact, he's known not to fumble. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if it's, an old age, getting a little older, right? Getting a little sloppy. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So 3-3. He's fumbled in the last 3 games. And 2 huge significant moments. So here we go. 1st and 10. 13 seconds on the play clock. Lamar takes a snap. Pressure, looking, throws high. Left side, going to be incomplete. Tried to hit Bateman. It's going to be 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Text says the Lions are Super Bowl bound. All right, we on week 3 now. It's week 3, my friend. Athletics says Henry just got signed by Snickers. Not Snickers, yo. That's crazy. Time of possession. What did I say at the beginning of the game? The team who has the most time possession wins this game. The Lions are 32-49. Ravens 25-34. As once again, they bring all the pressure, trying to get out of it, and Lamar will go down once again. He takes a 16-yard sack. It is 3rd and 26. Y'all, it is 3rd and 26. Absolutely unbelievable. All right, here we go. Takes a snap, pressure, looking, steps up, throws short, gets it over to Hill, and he bounces out of 3 tackles, and he'll pick up a 1st down. You have to be kidding me. He was almost brought down by 3 defenders. He gets out of it and ends up picking up 31 yards and gets a Ravens 1st down. What? Absolutely crazy. 51 seconds on the clock. Ravens have 3 timeouts. Do we have fresh life? Is this going to be some crazy situation where they score and get the ball back in an onside kick? Here we go. 1st and 10 as Lamar. Quick throw left side. This is going to be caught by Bateman once again. He's been so reliable this game. I'm just wondering why he didn't stick with him for the majority of it. 1st and 10, 46 seconds on the clock, down at the Lions 30. Still have 3 timeouts, 46 seconds. I mean, some would say there's a chance, but it's a slim chance. Here we go. 10 seconds on the play clock. Takes a snap. Pressure. Steps up. Keeps it on the run. Hits that right side and just runs out of bounds. Picks up about 3 yards, 37 seconds on the clock. Says Mark Andrews will not be showing up by Henry. Time for a drop. That's crazy. Base player says picked off, choke time. Man, I don't want to see that. Says all this effort by the Ravens is for naught. Jeff, this is, like I said, this is crazy. So 2nd and 7. 35 seconds on the clock. And it looks like these Ravens will call a timeout. So not a good feeling if you're a Ravens fan. Not a good feeling if you're a Ravens fan tonight, especially about Derrick Henry. But most importantly, I mean, Lamar Jackson has 7 sacks. So there's going to be a lot of accountability that needs to be taken, as this is going to be a high throw left side to Andrews. He'll run in for a touchdown. And that makes it a little interesting, I guess, as they're going to go for 2. They're going to go for 2. Let's see if they get it in. They got the touchdown by Andrews. It's now an 8-point game. They're going to go for 2 with 29 seconds on the clock. 2 timeouts left. So yeah, this does get a little bit interesting. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. The over was crushed tonight for sure. So now we got to see where that spread ends up, because the over was 52.5. There's 68 points on the board. So here we go. They go for 2. Lamar fakes it, throws high. It is broken up, incomplete, 8-point game. But there's also a flag down on the field. There is a flag down on the field. I'm hoping they go to a commercial so I can see what's going on with the screen. Maybe I can try and fix something. I don't know. They're going to call it on the... Looks like they do call it on Baltimore. No, I apologize. It's on Detroit, so they're going to retry the 2-point conversion. Here we go. Lamar has time, throws high back of the end zone to Flowers. Still can't get it going. They had 2 chances to do it. Incomplete. 38-30, 29 seconds on the clock. 29 seconds on the clock. Absolutely brutal. So, timeout, commercial break. Let me see if I can do something here with this. Yeah, it's not moving, y'all. That is crazy. Yeah, I don't want to exit out of this, because I'm sure it'll close the stream if I do. And we don't want to run into that problem. So, old time radio. 29 seconds, 8-point game. Obviously, onside kick is needed. If not, it's going to be Lions with the victory. So here we go. Here we go. Can these Ravens get an onside kick? I mean, even if they do, you got 2 timeouts, 20 seconds. It's an 8-point game. You need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. You're asking for a lot, but first you got to get the onside kick. So here we go. Here we go. With the onside kick, bounces high, and that is going to be brought down by Laporte, y'all. So there it is. Jared Goff will come out to the field, take the kneel, and the Lions will walk out of there with the victory, 38-30, and that is ball game. Wow. Absolutely crazy. What a game. 38-30. There it is. There it is. So lots to talk about. And I think we're having a conversation about the Lions again, y'all. I think we're having a conversation about the Lions again. I know it's a little premature, but we got some stuff to talk about. So there it is, y'all. I'll figure out what's going on with the screen, but can't fix it. So shout out to you guys. Much love to the Wrench Gang. Much love to the family. All the listeners, all the watchers. I do appreciate each and every one of you. And we'll see you guys on the next one. I mean, the game's over. I'll try to close it out and open it back up. But if it doesn't work, it's probably just going to turn off. So I will try that. If it doesn't work, I'll just see you guys on the next one. 1 second. Wants me to, yeah, see if I just close it, just cancels it. So yeah, that's it, y'all. Yeah, we got some stuff to talk about. Power rankings are going to be crazy now. There's going to be some significant changes in power rankings for sure because of this. And then even when it comes to predictions, things are going to look a little bit different now heading into week 4. So be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for those videos. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.